started out alive, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the sight faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing loss to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sippin' Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand's vibe, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Jacking crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Service, I would play a game. From start to the next time, I'm chasing fame. With you behind me, changing the scene. So through it and then living out the dream. Got my acoustic strong, curing and chill for cracking jokes. Go stop the thrill in the land of Kiwis, we ride the waves. Our road streams phone, no better days. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Hello, the internet. It is Sunday, the 5th of April, 2026, and welcome back to the channel. Easter Sunday. Hello, Easter. Get those chocolate eggs, find the bunny, enjoy the days. This Good Friday and Easter Monday public holidays is what I'm trying to get at. Enjoy the time off. I won't because I'm working tomorrow. But I said yes to it. I didn't have to, but I did. So I am, and I will be. In the chat, Jason, hey Gibbs. Hello, Jason. How you doing? Dougski, hello, Doug. Loving the theme song. Heck yeah, man. Farkle in the chat, we're going to call that. It's actually called Living in the Moment, but we're going to retitle it as Farkle in the chat. I'm going to cover that on my next That's album. I've actually already started it, and it's sounding pretty interesting. I've changed it a bit, and yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it. In fact, me and Claudia were just, well, Claudia and I and Poopsie were just recording a song. Just Claudia said, "Oh, Uncle Benny, can we just have a jam and record something?" And we came up with this pretty. I was saying she sounds like Macy Gray, which is unusual because she's not a black woman, but yeah, it's just got a sassy little thing going on there, and we'll work on that over the course of the next few months, and then I'll play it for you guys, and you can be like, "That's interesting, Uncle Benny. Why'd you do that?" Well, that's not what you'll say. That's what they'll say. But, you know, there's a moon launch going on, the Artemis II. Now, look, I love space travel. Well, I love learning about it. I love watching it. I don't know if I'd go into space. I don't know. Would I? If they said you can go, would I go? I don't know if I would. I don't know. I feel like it's still pretty dangerous. I do like Living in the Moment as the title. That's what the song was called because it's an AI generated piece of work. And they chose the word Farkle. I've never heard of that word before, Farkle. I like it, but I don't know where it came from, what it means. But yeah, we've adopted it. So yeah, this moon launch. Now, I've had videos in my feed waiting to be watched for quite a while. This one here from NASA 1 year ago, this is the actual launch mission. But of course, since this has been posted to the YouTubes, the launch has actually happened. So there is no point in watching this video because the launch has already taken place. In fact, they're up there right now, either at the moon or very close to the moon. And so instead, what I thought we should watch was the actual launch, the Artemis II countdown and launch full liftoff video. And then I found this really interesting video from Scott Manley, 40 minutes worth. This is 8 hours ago. And I just found this interesting, the thumbnail here, or at least this title screen. No human has ever seen this. Haven't they? Haven't they? Haven't we already been to the moon? I mean, I don't want to be the one to start the conspiracies and get into it, but of course it's going to open up. I mean, the biggest. Okay, just get ready, but the biggest lid. This is, you know, the saying, this is going to blow the lid right off of this. Well, the biggest lid that's going to be blown off anyone's Tupperware container right now is the flat Earth community, right? Because there are people in space looking back at Earth right now, and can almost guarantee that it's not a flat plane. It's a sphere. It's the globe, right? They're looking at it. Now, of course, whenever something like this happens, like a launch or a satellite launch or Starlink or a Heavy 9, Falcon 9, whatever they're called, the flat earthers always come in and say, it's all faked. All that's fake. I'm just here to say it's not. How can it be? How can everybody be on the gag? It doesn't make any sense. Here we have, and I haven't seen this yet. I don't know how compelling this footage is going to be, but I'm going to assume that it's been live streamed. And I just feel like in 2026, given all we know about space travel and all we know about our own planet Earth and all the images that we've captured and all the satellites that have gone out there and looked back on the blue dot, the little blue marble, of all that stuff, you have to be a very special person to still believe that they've been lying to us and it's a flat plane. You have to be a very special person. Someone who does not really care for abject reality. And I feel like that makes a good conversation, or at least a good stream anyway. Because, I mean, there are people almost at the moon right now. Let that sink in. Like, yeah. Yo, Dalsky, how you doing, man? Happy Easter. Thank you, man. Melbourne Doug, there have been some great photos of the Earth in high def. I mean, dude, look, I am very much looking forward to seeing this. Like, but I'm dumbstruck by this. No human has ever seen this before, because haven't they seen that from, like, what about the last moon mission in 1969? Haven't they seen that? That's just Earth from space, right? I don't know. We'll get to that though. But like I said, I am working tomorrow, relatively early. I'm starting at 6, which means I get up at 4. Laugh my ass off. I'll debate this with you. Yo, DK, how you doing, man, on YouTube? DK Conspiracy. Dude, okay, I guess they're... I want to be... How do I tactfully approach this? Having not seen what we're about to see yet, I'm almost certain what we're going to see. We're going to see a live feed of the launch of the rocket. We're going to see it go into orbit. We're going to see it break the atmosphere. And then I'm going to assume we're going to cut to the feed from the cabin. Who did that on DLive? Who did that on DLive? Yo, Scoobs. Oh, the 24 viewer. Hey, thanks, Scoobs. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to have you. Good to know you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Easter. To you and yours, not just you, but to your special... Boy. Yo, Netsky with the host. Hey, Netsky, how you doing? And Dale liked the stream on DLive. Thank you, Dale. I just want to... like I said, it's going to take a very special person to deny. Like DK, I don't really want to get into the nuts and bolts of it.
Oi.
Yo, Boo Squad. Hey, I know what you're doing there, Scoobs. Thank you, Boo. Appreciate it. Yeah, like, without having seen this, we are going to see it, of course. We're going to watch it. We're going to study it. We're going to learn it. Am I just to believe that you, DK, and others that believe the Earth is flat, are you just going to say this whole thing's faked again? Because that story, to be fair, that story is getting a little bit old. Like, technology and, you know, we've come so far with our tech. Saying it's all faked, you're just denying the reality of the world that you live in. Which, like I said, does take a very special person. Yeah. You haven't watched it yet. Happy April Fools. Are you telling me that the launch was an April Fool's gag? I mean, now that's someone going all out for a gag, right? Dinner is out. I'm happy. Yo, Netsky, dinner is out. Hey, Delsky, which platform is the V you're on? That's for Laura. Hundreds of astronauts from many different countries are all lying. Why? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yo, Hater. How you doing, Hater?
I just want to tell you how it feels.
Hey, Boo. I want to tell you how it feels good. Thank you, Booskies. Booskies with the diamond. I just want to tell you how it feels. Yeah, like I mean, we get to this point often on these streams, and I say the same thing each time. First of all, for the whole planet to be in on it, like all the governments working in beautiful cohesion together and upholding the gag. Just ask yourself, very simply ask yourself, when in history has that ever happened before? When have multiple different countries, all with their own different agendas for space travel, all with their own different agendas for pushing science and technology, when have they ever all worked together on the same concept and tried to pull the wool over everyone's eyes? When has that? It doesn't happen, dude. We fight and we have wars, and we spend all of our time trying to convince anybody that will listen that we're best. No, we're best. No, we're best. USA is number one, right? Are you telling me that they're like not just the USA, but
I just want to tell you how it feels.
I just want to tell you how it feels. Yo, Scoobs, thank you for the diamond there, Scoobs. Are you telling me that they're all working together, going, hey, for once, let's just get all these, let's put this out there and we'll convince everybody, you know? The gag will be that no one believes us. That'll be cool, right? And then we'll go back to being at war with each other. But for the time being, let's just have this route. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. COVID, dude, COVID was not a good example of that. No one worked together at COVID. Everyone had their own different agendas. Everyone had their own different lockdown policies. Everyone had their own different vaccination policies. We did not. There is no way the world worked together at COVID. That comment just proves the exact opposite. We all worked against each other during COVID. I remember when we were in lockdown, my sister flew to the UK. She was in a pub having dinner. And I was like, what about COVID? No, they don't have those rules over here. Okay. Climate change and we're all Zionists? Okay, so I really, really don't want this to ruin this space flight to the moon. I accept that there is going to be a hearty conversation about this. My take on it is that we should all be celebrating and cheering on NASA in this instance for what seems to be, I mean, I would have heard if people died, right? It's a successful launch. Spoiler alert, they're up there. Nothing's gone wrong. And if I understand correctly, they're 4 days into 7 days to get to the moon or something, 6 days, I'm not sure. So I want to celebrate that and I want to see what they're seeing. And I guess I'm talking to DK and anyone that might be watching the replay here. If you really believe that the Earth is flat, that's fine. You continue on that path. The rest of us are going to enjoy a wonderful moment in history, a wonderful time to be alive, celebrating some extremely amazing technology and I want to do that here on the stream. I'm going to go and get myself a coffee because I'm not going to drink beer. I'm going to be going to bed relatively early tonight to get up at 4 a.m. Actually, I'm going to get up at 4:45, 3:45 a.m. to work tomorrow and earn some money. I did go surfboarding today, though. Here is my clip from the surf today. Exclamation, poor, no beer, no homies today. I'm going to just drink a coffee here. Yeah, cheers us all. So back up in the chit chat. Okay, the chat's moving. Netsky's not sure anyone else said hi, but it streamed well. For your information, the WSO on the F-15E that was shot down has been rescued. Well done, considering there is not much of a face on those waves. The surf, look, I'll be honest, that those conditions weren't good to go out in, but it's been so small in the last 3 or 4 days that I had to go. And I did an 11K fitness walk as well, and then I went straight out surfing. And then I got cramps, even though I took an electrolyte. I still got cramped up. But yeah, when I don't surf for 4 or 5 days, I get really antsy. And so I just went out. I just had to go. I don't know. Check on following you on Valora. Valora, I want to thank Corey, On Fire, and everyone in the chat last night. Epic stream. Dude, can I just say, I am so stoked that Valora is here and that Valora.tv is pushing their thing. It's wonderful that we now have another outlet to stream to. And not just that, it's not a headless, it's not just like a faceless, nameless account platform. It's got people behind it that want the best from it. Like and when I say we, I mean you guys, me and you, the stream, we don't deserve all that attention yesterday. But the reason that those guys came in is because they see there's a community. I've brought you guys across from the Gives a Minute channels all over the place, and we're on that platform. I brought a bunch of you in. They want people to use the platform. They want to get the word out there. So this is a mutually benefiting two-way street, Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. And it looks good. Like Valora, the latency on Valora, dude, when we do chat, I hope we can get the chat together when that happens with Corey and whatnot. But I want to ask about the latency because I'm sending my stream to beamstream.gg and beamstream.gg then sends it on to the Valora ingest. Now, as far as I'm aware, they're not doing anything differently at Beamstream's end. They're sending it out to all the platforms, but yet DLive and YouTube and Kick, they've got epic latency, right? Like there's a good 6 or 7 second round trip. Valora seems to be almost instant. I don't get it. And I'm not streaming SRT, I'm streaming RTMP. So I don't get how they're doing it. Some little funky finessing at you know what it might be? And no shade, but it could be because there's not a lot of people over on the platform. So the servers and the ingest isn't really filled up yet. We don't know. Snap, Dale, snap. I beat you to it. You did get in there. Yeah. Okay, so hey, Bug Nana, how you doing? Hey, kiddos, happy Resurrection Day. Thank you, man. Happy Resurrection Day to you, Bug Nana, and everyone. 0D. Yeah, okay, so let's look. The moon, right? They're up there. Are they? How close are they, man? Here is the video we're not going to watch because this is from 1 year ago. This is the NASA mission animation from 1 year ago. We don't need to watch that because it's actually happened. Here is the launch as it played out.
Sound suppression water is flowing.
15.
And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7. RS-25 engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis II now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Of course, the conspiracy theorists will say that those little black frames of nothing, that's when they were cutting the green screen and fixing things. Netsky, Valora was pretty good, but the interface is a little hard to get sorted. Spend 5 minutes to see where things... Look, every time you go to a new platform, you're going to have to sort of adjust to a different layout and things are under different titles and headings. That's just the nature of it. I saw it with my own eyes. You were there at the launch with your own eyes. Well, whose else eyes would you have used? Sorry, Dale. You were there and you used your own eyes? Well, la-dee-da. Some say fake news. Yeah, CNN. So deniers, just know you're wrong. Nice, Dale. Nice.
Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch.
That's a big ass rocket, isn't it?
Houston, now controlling the flight of integrity on the Artemis II mission around the moon.
Integrity, AMT high.
AMT high.
On time, passing 30 seconds into the flight.
I mean, it should impress
The
you.
alternate vehicle. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance on the four main engines. Space Launch System course.
Yo, H-Man over on the
Integrity,
YouTube.
3 miles in altitude.
The Artemis. Dude, this gets me, I don't know, like, I become a human. I become a human when there's a rocket launch with people on board. Like, this is, you know, in many ways, I'm not a regular guy, you know. I don't like football. I don't know much about cars. I'm not really, you know, the team sport guy. I'm not a bogan. But when it comes to space launches, I just become one of the other humans. It really, really gets me excited.
Altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
I must do this. Make America great again. Well, to be frank, fuck America at this point. It's this is make the Earth great. We're all in this together, dude. This rocket's leaving the Earth. It's not having to go through customs beforehand. It's Earth, man. It's all of us. Fuck you, man. Hang on, I'm not swearing. Well, apparently I am, but you know what I'm saying. NASA is American. Okay, you can, okay, you can claim that, but this is for all mankind, dude, or all humankind. You probably can't say mankind anymore, can you? It's for all Earthlings. Agree, Gibbs. We're all in this. Yeah, that's my point. We're all in this together. For all humankind is fair. Yeah, and yeah, NASA's an American organization. I get that. Yeah. But they don't get up there and go, this is a great day for Americans. They say this is a great day for all humankind, right? You know, take that, alien species. Hendrik spikes back with Faber. Fuck America bigly again. Oh my God. You two. If it wasn't for you two arguing about politics, no, hang on. No, I'll back out of that one. Don't worry.
Mission elapsed time, passing 1 minute, approaching max Q.
On, pumps fully on.
Actually, that's a good point, Dale. The American flag gets planted on the moon, no others. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't agree with that, but is there a flag for Earth though? Dude, there's no flag for Earth. We don't have a general flag for the planet. What's going on with that shit? Do you know why that is? It's because we can't coordinate anything. Back to DK conspiracy. We can't even coordinate to get our own flag. How come Elon hasn't dealt with that? Like, he's talking about an interplanetary species. We got to get our flag for Earth then. You know what I'm saying? Like, shouldn't there be, if we're going to go and live on Mars, we should have an Earth flag. Could you imagine the consensus needed to sort out what flag that would be? Like, what would be on a flag to signify planet Earth? And every country has to agree on it. There's no way that would ever happen. There'd be like, and then they'd finally settle on one, and there'd be like multiple countries that are like, I'm not involved in that. We didn't agree to that flag. We don't. That's not what we wanted. And then they'd be like, okay, we just won't have one. Have you watched For All Mankind on Apple TV? Yeah, I did. I watched it. I thought it was a good show, but I don't know. I liked it. I didn't. That show, Hendrik, that show was like one of those kind of shows that when you watch it, you're like, okay, cool. And then when it finishes, you're like, okay, cool, whatever. You know, are they going to do another season? It doesn't matter, whatever. Okay, they did another season, I'll watch it. But shows like Breaking Bad, you don't want them to end. You're so vested in the characters and the stories and stuff. But that show, and there's other shows like it, it's like, okay, whatever. Someone made a good show about the Russians getting to the moon first. Okay, it's a cool concept. It's engaging. It's fun. It's over. Okay, no worries. Kind of like Ted Lasso, right? Ted Lasso is a great example. Very fun show, very lighthearted, well acted, well scripted. Everything's great. And when it ends, you're like, okay, yeah, I enjoyed that. That's cool. No worries. Cool. Over. But a show like Seinfeld, when it ended, it's like, no, Seinfeld's over. There's no more Kramer. Wow, that sucks. I'll go back and watch it all again. A big brown turd would be good for the planet Earth flag. We come, we turd, and we leave the place shitty. Netskis. That's pretty funny. A big brown turd.
And we have you loud and clear on Ponce de Leon.
Have you the same?
Communication signal transfer confirmed as Integrity and its crew go supersonic. Approaching 90 seconds into the Artemis II mission. Integrity is 14 miles in altitude, 8 miles downrange, traveling more than 2,600 miles per hour.
That's epic, isn't it? So, Dale, what was the feeling like when you watched this in person? That would have been an epic feeling. And how loud was it? Like, are we hearing microphone? Yeah, of course, these are mic'd.
1 minute 50 seconds of mission elapsed time, standing by for main engine throttle down to 85%, ahead of solid rocket booster separation.
Yeah, there's no mics on the
2
ship
minute, 9
at this
second
stage.
mark. We see throttle down.
Look at those happy faces. I wasn't as close this time, 3 miles away from Artemis 1. Okay.
Main engine's throttling up, guidance converged.
Wait, why are there two? Fake. Fake.
Integrity. Guidance converged. Performance nominal. Upper stage RCS ready.
Scoobs, grab a coffee tomorrow, go sit outside and enjoy the feel of the sun for 10 minutes. Makes you happy. Hell yeah. Are you sick, Scoobs? I didn't see that. I may be 8 miles away for Artemis 2. Okay, cool.
Copy all, Stan.
Integrity. SM priming complete.
SM priming complete.
2 minutes 45 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis II mission. Thrusters on Integrity and upper stage confirmed in a ready state ahead of service module fairing separation.
I don't know what any of that means. It's technical space talk.
3 minutes into the flight, Integrity 49 miles in altitude, 78 miles downrange, now passing 5,000 miles per hour.
Whoa, that's fast. Main separation. They just littering? Thank God that some humans are mind-blowingly awesome
Standing
and
by for
cool.
Launch abort system jettison.
Houston Integrity, good last jettison, great view.
Copy jettison. Team
Why
Eco
is there
8.
no new footage of them after launch? I think there is, isn't there? We got a video about that. There, we have that. That's what we're going to watch next, right? This is 4 days ago, isn't it? This is 4 days ago. Yeah, 3 days ago. So they've been up there in the sky for 4 days, man. There's other footage.
We see you sail on board, Stan.
And Houston has you loud and clear on Tidris at the Carmen line.
That's crazy.
Outstanding, Stan. We have you the same.
So just a sidestep here. Did this happen on April Fool's Day, and that's got the conspiracy nutters all in a twist? Is that right? Did they launch on April 1? That's got to be a play, man. They're like, you know what? The weather is perfect for it. And if we did it on April 1, the conspiracy nutters would have a field day and we'd get more publicity. Let's do it on April 1, dudes. They're like, well, the weather's absolutely perfect. Let's go for it. I think that's cool, man. I think that's really cool because they're all obviously there's videos about it. NASA faked it on April Fool's Day. They thought they could really do that and stretch it that far and even do it on April Fool. Who do they think we are, man? Scoobs, I was happy making a point regarding people always thinking bad stuff. I am happy. Okay, good. Okay, you're not sick, Scoobs? Bug, no. I watched this vid and have one question just asking, is the Earth round or flat? It's pretty clearly round. It's a big FU to the nutcases. The Earth is a globe. I mean, look, I mean, this is a live feed from a rocket that people have just seen going up into the sky and disappearing out of view. If it's fake, where the flying fuck did the rocket go? I mean, come on, man. If this, look, you don't have to be a genius. If you watch the thing go up in the air and then it cuts to a live feed from the thing and the thing is looking back at the thing that you're on and the thing that you're on is round, it's round. End of story. And if you're telling me it's fake, where did the rocket go? It's just like, where did the ETH go with the Hex contract? Where did the rocket go? Thank you, Gives. I mean, I don't want to be the one to say it, but I'm going to be the one to say it. Hendrik, nutcases are already calling bullshit a lot. I did watch it live on April 2nd, Aussie time. So, no, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's not April 1 for everybody. Oh, so therefore it's real. I mean, well, no, it's got to be, well, okay, so there's a dateline. That's where the story comes unstuck, right? People are idiots, man. They're idiots. It's with the blue head people, right?
3 minutes 50 seconds into the flight of Artemis II, Wiseman, Glover, Cook, and Hansen cross the boundary to space with good
dudes, I got to just go and open my my door here. It's hotter than I thought in here, and I got all this technical gear that generates heat. Just give me a second. Got to get some air in this place. All of the heat coming off the gear. It's going to be great in winter, but we're not in winter yet. We're close to it, though. I'm still wearing my short sleeve spring suit for surfboarding, but
checks. GPS signals acquired after last jettison now working on internal checks to verify accuracy. Flight Dynamics Officer analyzed the time of main engine cutoff, confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds, time of MECO.
MECO. Sounds like a trip-hop band. MECO, live from Ibiza. On the main stage. Wow. Did they just lose their audio feed? The thing with nutters...
Integrity, GPS processing.
They will never admit that they're wrong. That's the big thing, though, Dale. What would it take?
Outstanding, Stan. We see the same, and we have a beautiful moonrise. We're headed right at it.
What would it take for them to say, yeah, okay, you got us. We were wrong. A little bit of integrity.
Approaching 5 minutes into the flight, Commander Reed Wiseman confirms he has visuals of his destination. GPS guidance, navigation, and
MECO
control
is main engine
software
cutoff.
finishes
Gotcha.
internal checks and sends to navigation channels.
There is always a reason. Yeah. To deny reality.
Integrity, 3-engine press.
I mean, the thing that they'll say with that is, oh, that's a GoPro.
3-engine press.
That's a GoPro. Look at the curvature of the Earth.
On time, now passing 5 minutes 20 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis II mission. At this point, 3 good main engines are all that's needed to carry integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target. Though at this time, we're seeing 4 good engines here in Mission Control Houston. Integrity, 75 miles in altitude, 330 miles downrange, approaching 10,000 miles per hour.
Smash their toe with a hammer and just say it might work. It might work.
Integrity, looking good at 6 minutes.
That looks like an ultrasound. Your baby's well and kicking.
Same on board, Stan.
Has he got a flashlight in there? How did he get a flashlight in that womb?
Good trajectory and engine performance.
Now, what's going on there?
Booster off.
Now, hold on. What's this? Is this an animation? There are some loonies that say there's no such thing as gravity. Yeah, I've heard that theory. I shit you not. So what's going on here? This can't be footage, right? This is animation now. Fake. How can there be a footage of the rocket from a distance? Who shot it? This is animation. I kind of wish they didn't do this because this is just fueling the conspiracy nutbags. This is just giving them fuel, right? It's a lightsaber from Star Wars.
Officer will soon report the
It's the new
shutdown plan to
GoPro.
Flight Director Judd Friedling expected at the 7-minute mark.
This is
Integrity 7.
This is 3D animation made in real time from telemetry. So the information fed back to Houston is now being graphically represented by animation. Okay, that's fair. That's interesting. That's an interesting tactic. And they're not trying to persuade us that it's real, right? No one's saying. So for the conspiracy nutters that are saying it's obviously fake, they animated it. They're not trying to convince us that this is not animation. They're just using the modern day tech to graphically, 1 second, Scoobs with a gifted sub. Thank you, Scoobs. Bug Nana, you are now a sub over on the D Live machine. Thank you, Scoobs. Appreciate that.
28 miles in altitude, 460 miles downrange.
Integrity, expect nominal shutdown.
I like that shot best. Looks like a.
Integrity copies nominal shutdown.
That looks like an iTunes animation for music play.
6 minutes 40 seconds of mission elapsed time. Shutdown plan is as expected. Again, the time of MECO was confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds into the flight.
Look at the waves rippling from the exhaust. Yeah, dude, it looks like water, hey. Rad. It looks. It's impressive.
7 minutes of mission elapsed time. Throttling down as we approach the abort once around option. Milestone at the 7 minute 30 second mark.
Why can't we? By the way, why is this shot in 4
miles in altitude?
Why is this shot in 4:3? That's my question. This should be 16:9. Why can't we hear the astronauts talking?
650 miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, AOA open.
AOA open.
That's the astronauts, right?
The window is now open for an abort once around.
Wait, close the window, man. You're in space, dude. The window, shut that window. The window is open?
AOA open.
The window is now open for an abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Still following nominal ascent at this time.
Who's in the back with the window open, man? They're creating a draft.
About 10 seconds remaining until the main engine cutoff of the Space Launch System core stage. Standing by for confirmation of MECO and core stage.
Yeah,
separation.
window refers to a certain point when things are possible. I understand. I'm being facetious. I'm trying to be a humorous here.
Integrity and nominal MECO, core stage separated.
We see the same on board, Stan.
It's rather breezy.
8 minutes 40 seconds into the flight, we have a nominal main engine cutoff heading in the right trajectory on the way to swing around the moon. Core stage has separated, done its job. The Space Launch System upper stage, the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, or ICPS, still attached to the Orion spacecraft.
The worst thing about a window down while you're traveling
9 minutes of
is that. Imagine that in space.
mission elapsed time. Integrity crew of Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen now in orbit around the Earth at the beginning of their journey to the moon.
Speaking of Windows, Microsoft Outlook ain't working. No care here for me. Oh, that's that? Okay, so now let's move on.
Integrity Houston, looking ahead to PRM numbers so far per the pad.
Let's move on from a channel called Scott Manley. Artemis II, was it everything I expected? This is 8 hours ago, so this is going to be a deep dive, man. Netsky was right. They are having toilet issues. Remember the space toilet thing? We talked about that, dude. They can't poop. They can't poop. I don't know how I'd do up there if I couldn't do a poo.
Hello, it's Scott Manley here. By now you have almost certainly heard that Artemis II is on its way to the moon. SLS successfully launched Orion with the crew of 4, Jeremy Hansen, Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Cook. They launched about 10
So glad
minutes
the driver never said they'd turn the vehicle. If you guys don't put that window up, we're turning this car around and going right back home, and there'll be no McDonald's. The first toilet issue was fixed. Second issue is they've got a second toilet issue. Oh, no.
into the window, and it was absolutely
You've seen this
awesome.
before, Henry?
And somehow it's taken me 3 days to actually sit down and try to put some of my thoughts into words. I've been in a hotel room, and also I've been on the Space Coast. I've been running around to all sorts of events, visiting the Visitors Center, going to Yuri's Night, watching a launch of an Atlas V from the Space Bar.
Wait.
And of course, yeah.
We didn't quite see that on the initial launch. This chairlift leaving. What's that chairlift kind of thing? Departing
Some of my thoughts
from up here.
into words. I've been in a hotel room, and also I've been on the Space Coast. I've been running around to all
like a
sorts
gondola.
of events, visiting the Visitors Center, going to Yuri's Night,
wow.
watching a launch of an Atlas V from the Space Bar. And of course, yes, there was this whole SLS launch thing. I'd flown in on March
That's
31st,
epic.
jumped into a hotel, had very little sleep, went on to a little breakfast buffet, and then got on a bus.
They should have taken a drain with them. No, they should just do a drawing a blank. What's the Kiwi guy's name? Metalhead. Pees out the window. The gag's over. I can't get it. He peed out the window that time, and then his girlfriend peed out the same window. I'm drawing a blank.
Bus Odyssey. This was part of something
Grimsky,
called the YouTube
of course,
Creator
man.
Collective, where YouTube brought a bunch of creators together to talk about NASA and spaceflight. And I was fully expecting it to be full of, well, spaceflight people. In fact, I was the only real proper spaceflight person. Certainly there were spaceflight adjacent people that understood it. There were like pilots, taking off. We had Cool Worlds podcast. He was out there talking about space stuff. And there was me trying to be
Kenny the
space
plumber.
dad, trying to tell everyone what they were going to see, trying to say, look, this is going to be the brightest rocket ever, right? The SLS with its 2 massive solid rocket motors make for one of the brightest things that you will ever see launched. And to be clear,
Didn't
this
Gil
was
Pickle
not-
claim to be an astronaut? Maybe. He claimed to be a lot of different things. It's not as good as Fred Dagg, but he's a reminder of him. Oh, Kenny the plumber. Yeah.
not something I had seen in person.
Only
This
Aussies
was something
understand,
I knew
yeah.
because I knew about chemistry and physics and other processes. But it turned out that I was very much right,
Damn,
and people were
dude.
very happy when their photos came out way better because they understood that they needed to turn the brightness down. But also, a lot of them ignored my pleas to say, just look at the rocket. Don't spend forever trying to photograph it because this could potentially be once in a lifetime experience. It was absolutely marvelous, and yes, there were many people.
Wait. If it's a once in a lifetime experience, you should photograph it so that you can look back at it. If you just look at it, you don't ever see it again.
A little bit of tears in their eyes. I'd like to think of this as the end of an era and a start of a new one. It was the end of SLS reigning supreme as the most expensive launch system to never carry humans. That crown is now regained by Buran. But more importantly, I'd like to think that this is the end of humanity's pause in low Earth orbit and the beginning of a new era where the moon is where we go, and that itself is just a stepping stone to humanity spreading further throughout the universe. And that was the sort of sentiment that I shared. There was a lot of sentiment on social media and everything asking, why is America going back to just fly around the moon? We've done this before. Why would we do it again? And that's like saying, well, why would we build a better airline, or why would we test fly an aircraft?
That's right. They're not going to touch down on the moon, are they? They're just going to go past and look at it. Fake.
Have good ones, right? This is this is what we have now. This first flight with humans on board is basically doing the same as Apollo 7 and 8. There's a low Earth orbit section, and then there's the translunar section. They needed to test this spacecraft, and this was going
The goal of Artemis is to build a lunar base. So they're dropping things off this time, but just not humans. By the way, what about that Van Allen radiation belt that everybody said you couldn't go through? I guess they went through it. You know? That was one of the big... We never went to the moon in 69. How did they get through the Van Allen radiation belt? So how did they get through it? I guess, spoiler alert, we'll find out.
The first time we had people on board, and as you've probably heard, it was not a trouble-free debut of this spacecraft by any means. Of course, Christina proudly declared herself to be the space plumber after fixing the space toilet.
There's a YouTuber who live streamed the Artemis I launch, and she was completely unaware of the liftoff. Oh, you got a link to that? So she was there and didn't realize it happened, and she missed it. Morons who failed basic science class say things like the Van Allen belt crap. Yeah, but that always came up on my streams. Hey, like the Van Allen, Bannon, just Google the Van Allen radiation belt, and that's when you'll realize that they faked the whole thing, which we did. And the answer was the amount of radiation that was exposed to that aircraft is less than what you would get when you go and get an X-ray. You know, the doctor goes behind that little shield because the radiation in the room, that's less, way less than that in what they went through in the spaceship, and for less amount of time. Crazy, but nope, no one wanted to believe that.
Anyway, the countdown had started like days before the launch. There's a lot of preparation that goes into launching a rocket of this size and complexity. And of course, that's part of the reason why they have these rehearsals.
That was cool, the double edge.
Moving parts that need to be verified. I was still in Scotland when the official countdown started. I got in and I got to sleep, and I heard that they had got the rocket fully fueled into like liquid hydrogen topping up, configuration 8 hours before the launch itself, which just shows that exploration ground systems have solved a lot of their problems. Now, interestingly, despite being on NASA premises for most of the day, we didn't actually have any official feeds on what the status of the countdown was. I guess no one was officially telling us what it was. I was just sort of walking around, and while I was talking to scientists and everything, I had my AirPods in and I was listening to like the official countdown and trying to understand things. But yeah, we had a very full day. We got there to like a transfer hotel very early on. We got on one bus with a special...
is this guy, this YouTuber, is he just like part of the media for space launches? He's there with a media pass, I guess.
Payload of Krispy Kreme donuts. We traveled to meet another bus. From that bus, we went through security systems. They had to check out that bus. It was a very long time. They had Top Gun Maverick playing on the screen, and we actually ran through that movie a couple of times in the number of bus trips that we made. Eventually, we made it out to a place near the vehicle assembly building, and that was when we did our first bit for NASA TV. So of course, NASA TV was running all day, and they said, hey, who wants to be on NASA TV? So they sort of herded us outside the bus, and they had us stand in front of the vehicle assembly building, and they said, okay, you're gonna like cheer and like be super excited for this launch. We've got the suit up like happening right now. And then we sort of stood around in the sun for like 15 minutes as
Henry.
They were trying to schedule when we would get on screen. And then we suddenly got on screen without getting our cue. So it was kind of awkward that we stood around waiting, and then we had to act super excited and authentic. We were super excited.
I'll just tab that out.
We just couldn't maintain that level of super excitement for the whole time. I mean, honestly, wasn't even clear whether we needed to actually make noise or what.
You got a timestamp for that, Henry?
We were standing there. We could see the awesome vehicle assembly building there. We could see a lot of stuff going on, and it was kind of cool to be this close to the launch site. But yeah, we had a lot of time with engineers involved in the flight, and I think my favorite one was just talking to the people that had worked on the suit. There was a lot of like little questions about tiny details on the design that I was like super interested in, and like how the contingency numbers, the amount of time they might have to spend in a suit in an emergency, how that was decided. Backup capabilities, fabric designs. There's a lot of engineering that goes into these suits, and these are all like custom tailored these days for the astronauts. Now these are just the internal suits. The EVA suits, of course, being built by Axiom and all that they are going to be much more interchangeable. But these ones are for each individual astronaut, so that Christina can fit into a suit, and so can Jeremy. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a greater inverse correlation between astronaut height and the astronaut experience on this particular flight, with Christina being the space mum that knows everything and Jeremy being the newbie. He, of course, got picked out, or he got selected as an astronaut in Group
Backup
20.
facilities. Does that mean
two-
poop? Now you're asking for a lot. Trim through it. I think it was pretty early on. Okay. I already have 1,900 points on Valora. Interesting.
2009. It's taken 17 years for this individual to get to space. So, never give up, never surrender. And Lockheed also had a little display there, and they had a heat shield tile from the back shell of Artemis I. This was one that was near one of the communication antennas, so it had some Kapton tape or whatever on it. And this would have probably been my favorite exhibit, except they wouldn't let me lick it. We got to talk to astronaut Steve Bowen and Joshua Kutrick, and of course we delivered our essential payload of Krispy Kreme donuts, which had a special Artemis-themed donut, which was in great supply. And so apparently they were just loading these onto buses which were heading into the Space Center. I'm going to guess the astronauts didn't get Krispy Kremes because that would mean they were taking stuff from outside quarantine. So yeah, I guess they had to go to the moon on Artemis II without actually having Artemis donuts. But they did
Delsky, my main concern is re-entry.
This is a NASA tradition now.
Artemis 1 heat shield was hell damaged, really.
Bad luck by losing.
Yo, Hader, how you doing, man?
And while we low-level attention seekers weren't, sufficiently important to see the crew walk out in person, we did get to wave them on as they drove past us. So well wishes were sent. And then after we finished up our little stint at the little exhibit of cool stuff, we got to go to the launch site. And boy, did we have a cool location. Now, if you've watched NASA launches, you are almost certainly familiar with the iconic countdown clock next to the flag, right? What a great view you get from here. So this is the media site. They get to see that in their frame, and people set up to make sure that they can see it. However, the social media site was kind of off to the side, and it was in fact about 500 feet closer to the launch site. We were on the edge of the turning basin, and we could look back and see the vehicle assembly building and the launch control center. That's those windows there. Next to it, you can see the most expensive, useless thing in the world, and out there, about 3.3 miles away, that was the actual launch site itself. So yeah, next to us, to the right there, that would be the turning basin where barges and stuff come in and deliver hardware they need to be able to turn around. And over there...
Hey, H-Man, you've already watched this video. Does it go into where they're up to right now, and footage from space and all that? Hope so.
That was where the media site was. Us social media people, we were out here because, well, we had a habit of screaming like little girls, guilty as charged. Although I've heard from sources that there were some spirited arguments taking place in the media site over the noise from generators. Regardless, we did actually get to visit the media site along with the professionals, and got to walk by US Launch Report's magnificent turret camera with dozens of different cameras and systems. This was an absolute dream to watch, and I did get to actually mess around with this thing. US Launch Report has some of the best tracking footage from this launch. And while I was admiring the size of that glass, the crew were admiring the size of their rocket they were getting on board, getting ready to go to space. There were a few technical issues early on, but nothing ended up postponing the count by a great deal of time. We were worried about the weather at some point. It was originally 80% go, and we could see some big cumulus clouds floating around there, and were concerned that the winds were high, but the winds dropped off towards the launch time. And ultimately, yeah, the vehicle went through the count. It got down to, I think it ended up being about 10 minutes late. We didn't actually have the launch clock. Because we were in front of the launch timer, we couldn't actually figure out exactly what the time was. So we had to listen into the live stream, read off the exact launch time, and then track that on our phone. Because, of course, the launch stream was actually delayed by a good 30 seconds. So look, that was supposed to be basically my experience from the ground. The countdown happened. I had brought cameras, and then I sort of decided that actually I probably shouldn't be spending a lot of time using cameras. What I did do...
Whoa. You're there representing the media, and you thought you might not use your cameras? The shit. It took him a while to edit this. We need to visit the NASA.com to get the latest, but they're more than halfway to the moon, as far as I know. Oh, this doesn't include... the shots. Oh, okay. Really? I want to see the latest, man. I want to see them in the space. This is a 40-minute video. Nah, I feel like we should watch it just for these scenes, right? We should watch it.
Was set up like a camera to watch us social media people hang out and watch the launch. I thought there might be some cool reactions there, but actually, no, most people were just holding their phone while trying to watch the rocket, while trying to watch their phone, while trying to watch the rocket. It wasn't great. But what I did do is
imagine being there in the media center and having set up there and having like a whiskey as well, just sitting there going, dudes, they're going to the freaking moon, cheers, and just drinking a whiskey in that field, just sitting there, and then this, and you're like, hell yeah, awesome.
My microphone set out about 60 feet in front of us. I thought that would be far enough that you wouldn't hear any of us, screaming.
Epic. Absolutely epic. Remember the Uluru pitch? Mankind has been to the moon. Yeah.
That audio was like the most important thing I brought from this event for y'all, right? I did take some pictures. I got a decent view of the bottom of the rocket. I got some shots here and there. Their exposure was terrible. There's official footage that was great, but boy, being able to capture that crackle and that like low-level, rumbling was great. There was some really hard, sharp shocks. I'm probably going to spend a bit more time trying to bring out like the dynamics of the audio for this. Definitely, pay attention to launches when they're there, because you can always look at someone else's footage later on.
Dude, I feel like this is a big fail from this guy, because you're one of many, or one of few, that have been granted media access, so that the rest of us that are not media can watch your footage. If you're going there and taking up the space of a media personnel and not documenting it because you're going to use someone else's, then you shouldn't be there. That's my take.
I'm not going to share any of my photos. Instead, I want to look at the onboard footage from the booster. Watch as this thing flexes when those solid motors kick in. You see not only them flexing in their mounts against the side of the rocket, you look carefully, the whole booster itself is flexing. So there's multiple different camera angles that are attached to the booster, looking up and looking down. They get to see the whole vehicle dynamics as it ascends through max Q and then ultimately through booster separation. One of the interesting things I noticed is there's much less foam shedding than we ever saw in the space shuttle, and the foam formulas are the same. It's just that the aerodynamics is better understood and less restricted because it wasn't designed in the 70s. Another thing to see is that white, wedge-shaped structure there. That's one of the strakes that were added to improve airflow near the booster. You would get these weird, like, vortex oscillations which were forming behind the forward attach point, and that would lead to terrible vibrations further up the rocket. Adding these two strakes caused like vortex generation.
Max Q,
and that
the maximum dynamic pressure point,
eddy formation, so that they didn't get as big and they didn't translate into really large vibrations. And in fact, when the crew were asked about the ride on the rocket, they said it was very smooth. Now, I don't know if that is because they just didn't know what it was like previously, or if it actually felt smooth compared to, say, the Dragon. Obviously, some of the crew members had flown on a Soyuz, some have flown on the Dragon. Victor Glover, of course, was one of the first pilots of a Dragon spacecraft, so he has, some understanding as a test pilot. Of course, he will no doubt be making his own internal reports rather than just making random comments to media going forwards. The majority of the thrust for that initial ascent comes from those solid rocket motors which are attached on either side. Those are shuttle boosters which have had an extra segment added, which means they need 20% more booster than the space shuttle added. And of course, once they burn through all their solid propellant, they will get discarded. And that's
the moon has 1/6
very dramatic
Earth's
process.
gravity. That's if you assume gravity is real,
something that somehow managed to get completely missed by the launch footage from the ground. Instead, the launch, video producer accidentally cut away to the wrong segment. They showed some people on the ground getting all excited, rather than showing these majestic boosters deploying, finishing their job for the last time, so that they would then fall back into the Atlantic. Maybe one day we'll go out and recover some sections of that. I don't know. They were obviously designed to handle salt water, since they were, sent into the Atlantic multiple times and recovered. But on this case, this will be their last return to Earth without the help of parachutes to cushion their descent. From there, of course, the booster continued downrange. Now, from the ground, we saw the booster separation, and then we could see this continue to burn. But it's very clear once that second stage, once the core stage continues, that it is so much less bright, so much less visible.
Let me check. I'll drop a beer bottle.
It basically picks up speed as it goes down range and just gets fainter and fainter and fainter. We never really saw it burn out. But before it went out of range, it went out of the atmosphere, and that meant they could deploy the fairings, which were surrounding like the solar panels on the service module for the Orion. Then, of course, they could get rid of the escape tower, and that's what they were seeing there. There are alternate angles for this, so you can see those panels come off from the inside. Again, at this point, the panels are mostly falling away. There's a thin amount of air there, but it's primarily because the vehicle is accelerating that they fall away, rather than because they are experiencing drag. This covers the solar panels. And
so those things just float around space now, I guess, just as trash. Those little panels just free floating junk.
The side of the service module, so that they can get
maybe
through
the
that
Earth
early
sucks.
Part of the flight
Bullshit
where the
gravity.
aerodynamics would do a number on those solar panels. Now, as they got further downrange, the vehicle got over the horizon enough that they could see the moon. They could see their ultimate destination. Okay, it's not really their destination, but it's where they're going. It's where they're going to visit and then come home. The moon. And Artemis II is.
Can we move on and just see that shot of the Earth?
Back around through perigee, they would fire up that engine and send them off to the moon. This translunar injection burn being performed by the service module rather than the ICPS is unique to Artemis II, right? They wanted to put the spacecraft into this 24-hour orbit so that they had an option to abort back to Earth if there were major problems. And that meant that they had to keep performance in reserve, and basically using the service propulsion system rather than using the higher performing interim cryogenic propulsion system. So they came back around, they had to spend this thing, and that means that they couldn't use that Delta V, for example, to put the spacecraft into orbit around the moon.
Translunar injection sounds kinky.
It's sort of possible to maybe put it into an orbit around the moon, but it wouldn't really add anything to the safety of the mission overall. It wouldn't add anything in terms of testing to the mission, and it would actually affect the safety of the mission because it increased the number of things that could go wrong. So this is allowing them to go beyond the moon and without adding any serious level of additional risk. One thing I did notice, though, is during this translunar injection burn, the spacecraft does appear to oscillate and wobble quite a bit, and I'm not sure what's going on here. You would think that
can't get over the zero latency on Valera.
You can
it's
actually
incredible.
visibly see it sort of processing and wobbling around as it seems to be
Where
trying
is
to
this
hold
image?
attitude. Now, I mentioned this to someone I was with, and he said, he thought that it was the cameras are actually sitting out on the end of the solar
This
panel,
is the image I wanted to see.
having enough velocity to bring them all.
Number
the
two
way
issues
to
aren't a major
vicinity
problem.
of the
Oh,
moon.
okay, Doug.
And that's when they must have captured this absolutely stunning, and I would even say historic image showing the planet Earth. Now, to a casual observer, this looks like a classic blue marble shot, right? The entire Earth photographed from space. But in those blue marble images, the Earth is illuminated by the sun. In this case, the sun is behind the Earth and it is illuminated by the full moon. Because it's illuminated by relatively faint moonlight, that means there are fainter objects and things you can see. Looking around the perimeter, you see stars. It's very hard to see the Earth against starlight normally. If you look, around the coastlines, you can see city lights illuminated. Yeah. Along the north and south of the image, you can see the green aurora. The north, by the way, is to the bottom left of the issue. In the bottom right, you can actually see a glow of zodiacal light, and the hint that the sun is just on the other side there.
That's pretty amazing.
Also, if you look closer in, you'll see a yellow line showing the sodium layer. That is a layer of the atmosphere where meteorites burning up will leave this thin layer of sodium, which fluoresces or luminesces in this characteristic yellow wavelength.
It's so damn
you can
cool.
Actually see, like, the
I'm getting a bit emotional here, man.
atmosphere, this
I'm
very
tearing up.
thin shell in which
If you think
humans
about
live.
it, everything like this, everything that we know, everything that we do, all of our intricacies of our lives, all of the emotional ups, the downs, all of the good, the bad, all of the birth, the death, all of the summer, the winter, everything that we know takes place on that thing. It's kind of inspiring when you just see it from a distance. Like all of our existence, all of mankind, all of the history of everything that we know as anything exists right there. It really makes you feel insignificant. Yeah. Preach, man. I so agree. Yeah, it's a weird thing to think of. Yeah, it's inspiring.
So this was captured using the Nikon cameras at a very high ISO setting for like a quarter second of an image.
But we don't look after it.
More than one image, and this
Arguably.
was possibly the best one they got. I don't know if they clamped the image camera onto.
I love how you
tripod.
cannot recognize the continent. It's funny how they didn't rotate the image. So what are we looking at there? Isn't that? I mean, if he said north is down in the bottom left-hand corner, are we looking at the side of Africa there? And that would be Australia up the top there. Wait, can you see my mouse? That'd be Australia up there under that cloud. That's Africa, right? Yeah. Can kind of recognize the west coast of Africa there.
Or if they just handheld it, but this is absolutely worth the price of admission as far as I'm concerned. And it's fascinating to hear from a lot of people who were, sort of subtly involved in various ways, who had talked to the astronauts about photography, who kind of didn't know that this
Like the north
was part
of
the
Africa
plan.
and Spain.
And yet, now that we see it, it's very obvious
Yeah.
that it should have been part of the plan all along. So yeah, I'm so happy that we have this image and it wasn't missed or forgotten or lost. Yeah, this is another cool image that was just taken inside of the spacecraft. So yeah, you have 4 people now, far beyond geostationary orbit, in deep space, further from the planet than ever, and they're going about their daily routine. They're training, they're exercising on the exercise
You might say
machine.
they've engaged. Plot a course. Ensign, engage.
They're figuring out how to take photography. They're preparing for a lunar
They're not
flyby.
figuring out how to take photography, dude. They've been trained how to take these shots, man. That was a misword. These dudes, the 4 of these astronauts, they've gone through exclusive hardcore photography training. They're not going to mess up their shots, dude.
Very, very soon, they're going to see parts of the moon that have never been seen by human eyes. And
Off to the city for the
again, we have
footy.
to come
Catch
back
you
to
later,
the fact,
peace.
why are they
Enjoy,
doing this?
Doug.
They're not doing this to take photos. That's just a sort of something to do. There have some experiments that are going to go on. Those are sort of incidental. The real experiment is this is a new spacecraft which has never flown with humans on board, and we want to make sure.
I feel sorry
that
for the
we
nutters.
don't
They suck the
find
joy
some
out of life.
fundamental problems with the life
Yeah.
support system that
They
would
want others to
preclude
join them,
being
yeah.
able to go to the moon in the future. Anyway, there's a few other things.
Okay, so let's just take a slight tangent here and take a look at Hendrik's link. This woman filmed the Artemis launch, but she missed it, apparently. Is there a timestamp to where this happens? So she misses it? No one's mentioning her missing it. Everyone's saying it was good coverage. Are you sure she misses it? It's 24 minutes. We won't watch it all. We'll just... She's got a rocket in her hand? That's funny. There's a lot of joy on her face. I guess it's happening there. Are you saying because she just films herself?
1 minute.
1 minute? I guess we can wait for a minute.
47 on my clock, so I'm shutting off the audio.
Try about 4 minutes in. I'm 7 minutes in.
Cleared the tower for sure. Look at that plane.
Oh,
Plane?
Look at the length of that thing. Woo! Okay.
She's got gum in her mouth, huh?
seconds, we're going to get hit by that.
what?
Yes, we are going to get hit by the sonic boom. It's going to be coming.
So are you saying she misses it because she doesn't film it? She films her
It's
reaction?
like blinding, you guys. This is wild.
It's brighter than a Falcon 9, I can tell you that. And look, it's heading straight to the moon! Yeah. To the moon!
So I think the point of this was, and by the way, this is not the Artemis II, this is the Artemis 1, but you're saying that she missed it because she only filmed her reaction. I mean, that's fair. She could have had 2 cameras, I guess, but that's not. I thought you meant she was there and she didn't know what happened and then she turned around and it was too late. Okay, that's not as exciting as I thought, but I want to see the most current, like, Artemis content, dude. I thought that's what that would have been 8 hours ago. Artemis 2. What a dumb bitch filming herself? Nah, man. It's all about reactions. She was really embarrassed about that. Oh, okay. A day ago, 15 hours ago. 11 hours ago. Here we go. Artemis crew go live with Earth over 155 miles. Okay, this is what we want, right?
Houston, from Inside Integrity, we are ready for the event.
NBC News, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call Integrity for a voice check.
Imagine
Integrity, this is Tom Costello with...
No, imagine they said, just hold on a sec there, Integrity. We got someone else on the line, and they're like, another spacecraft. And like, yeah, you called too late. We're already talking to someone. Who else could be on the line? We're the ones from space, man. We get priority. Just hold the line there, Integrity. Even NASA has audio issues.
NBC News, are you hearing us okay?
Hey, Tom, it's great to hear your voice all the way up here, 155,000 nautical miles from Earth. How are you doing?
I'm well. Congratulations on your mission so far. I'm told this is the farthest interview ever conducted in history, and I'm wondering, how does it feel right now to be in a place that nobody has been since 1972?
Honestly, it is unbelievable that we in 1972, just being up here and seeing how difficult this is and how hard the team is working. We do have a little bit of echo on your call. We'll try to turn it down when we're answering, but this is a magnificent accomplishment to be up here, to see the moon, to see the Earth, and to know that we are between those 2 celestial bodies, and you can see it when you look out the window. The Earth is almost in full eclipse, the moon is almost in full daylight, and the only way you could get that view is to be halfway between the 2 entities. It is truly awe-inspiring up here.
Can I just be a bit of a pessimist here? Just to present this other angle here. Just bear with me. And I'm not throwing any shade at these 4 astronauts, but just hear me out. What did they actually do? Like, aside from preparing and getting knowledge about how the instruments work, the spaceship launches itself. As we've seen, they've launched multiple times without humans on board. So is it fair to say that they're just passengers on board and the thing flies itself? Because it does, right? It already has a few times. It's been up and back. So I'm not trying to poo-poo it. Don't get me wrong, but if you had to run through a full process of what these astronauts have done, what would that entail? I guess what I'm saying is, Bob, what would you say you actually do around here, Bob? Have you had your meeting with the 2 Bobs? That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, what are they doing aside from Aside from being in the spaceship, are they actually performing like vital tasks that only a human can do? Obviously not, because we've seen this thing launch without humans in it. They're making us all feel like we're there with them. I mean, that's true. It's the human element. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Again, just presenting a side angle to the main story, not poo-pooing. If you think I'm poo-pooing, just know that you're wrong.
The images you guys have sent back are absolutely spectacular. And when you look at the moon that you're headed for and that gets closer and closer, what are your thoughts?
Make sure we get a good spot.
Well, last night we did have our first view of the moon far side, and it was just absolutely spectacular. I think that
She missed the golden opportunity to say the dark side of the moon there. She didn't do it.
Interesting things that happens when you look at a moon that inherently just looks different is like the darker parts just aren't quite in the right place, and something about you senses that is not the moon that I'm used to seeing. And sure enough, we got out our lunar targeting information, and we matched up, and we're like, yeah, that is the dark side. That is something we have never seen before.
That is a trip, right? Okay, I will entertain this in terms of conspiracy nutters. We only ever see one side of the moon from Earth, and everyone kind of gets the same. It's always the same. That's weird, right? Like the moon, if I'm in Canada and I'm looking at the moon, it's the same vision of the moon that I get from Tasmania, from Australia, right? From the other side of the globe. You know what I'm saying? That's correct, right? Everyone gets the same view of the moon. And Hendrik, I beat you to that gag way back, man. I've already said that three minutes ago. They're going to the dark side. Dude, come on, man. If you're going to crack a gag, just verify that no one else has already cracked it. Someone has to aim their stuff thingy for the camera. The computer can't do that. So their only role is photography? I mean, I could have gone. I could have gone at that point, you know?
Or we must be, no kidding, like Reed said, somewhere between the Earth and the moon, getting a view from a different place and putting something that has meant so much to so many cultures, scientifically, spiritually, culturally, for so long, seeing it in a different way, and just pairing that with how much we miss and love our families, and knowing that they're looking up and seeing the same moon.
Wait. How much you miss your family? You've only been gone a few days. You know? You don't miss them yet. I'm going to listen to Pink Floyd and the Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. The moon is a slab of Swiss cheese. We all knew that.
The amazing feeling.
And when you look back at Earth, you've sent these breathtaking images, and it's Easter weekend, of course. What are your emotions as you look back at Mother Earth?
Mother Earth?
Well, before I list off a couple emotions, there's been a lot of disbelief up here. Just the fact that what we're seeing, where we are.
See, they don't even believe it, man. Even the astronauts think it's fake. I mean, come on, man. How much faker do you need to get? You know what the nutters are doing, though? They're analyzing the absolute shit out of this footage. They are going frame by frame. They're doing a heat sink analysis. They're doing not a heat sink, a thermal analysis. They're putting it in inverted light phasing sonar, and they're trying to work. They're trying to scrape the metadata to see how they've green screened this. There are the nutbags of the internet are very, very busy right now, looking to find how they can present this as being fake. 100%, right? They're searching. They've got Akasbaka computers. They're zooming right in on every single frame, and they're looking for any signs of string or a mouse, or how did they get that guy hanging up on the side there when the rest of them are down below? They're just searching for it. It's crazy. And all of them could be sitting back with a glass of wine or a beer and just enjoying the fact that humankind is that close to the moon again. But instead, they're there magnifying glasses out. This can't be real, man. I'm not sleeping for 3 days until I prove to the internet that this is fake, man. It's hilarious and sad, the nutters and their bizarre obsessions, typical trolling behavior. Yeah, they just don't want to believe it, hey. They're probably wearing magnetic slippers. Yeah. Yeah, there'll be everything, right? I mean, I can't wait to see what they say. What are they going to say? Something about her hair? It's not sitting correctly, or why does, I don't even know. It's just so dumb, right?
It's hard to wrap your mind around. Like, I mean that sincerely. It really bends your mind. And
even they said it. Even they said it themselves, man. In the exact interview, the guy said it's so unbelievable. There's so much disbelief, even on the crew. Are they trying to really pull that over us? They said it, man. They said it. That's what they'd be talking like, right? That's exactly how they'll talk.
That come along with that. There's a lot of happiness. Just to have experienced these unique things just brings you joy as a human. We're explorers at heart as human beings, and we really feel like we're exploring out here, and it brings a lot of excitement. And then, right away, you are humbled. The fact that 4 of us get to be out here just brings you to your knees. The thought that we get this experience, we're doing our best to show it with the camera, but you can't do it. I know those photos are amazing, but let me assure you, it is another level of amazing up here, and there's a lot of gratitude for the teams of people that made this possible. And then the final emotion is hope for humanity's future, that we can do this right now means we could do so much more.
You guys are a long way from home. You may not realize you become superstars, rock stars while you've been gone. And I'm wondering, you've been able to...
Not really. They don't suddenly become musicians. I mean, is that something that happens when you leave Earth's orbit? You suddenly get skills of a musician?
Talk to your families. How are they doing with you so far from home?
Well, just from what I overheard from some of the conferences, and then what I enjoyed watching with my family, I think there's a lot going on. It's been interesting to hear what they have witnessed on the news and in social media, but also their launch experience. I got to hear the first story that they saw, what they felt, and what they were thinking, and then what they wanted to know from me. And so the family conferences were great. It was so awesome to hear people talking to their families and then to speak with.
You know what they're going to say? This is what they'll say. During the interview, that ball that she kept moving around was floating around in space, anti-gravity, if that is even existing. But how come they're not floating around? The microphone's floating around. Are we meant to believe that somehow they're stationary? They don't appear to be having seatbelts on or anything strapping them down. That's what they'll say. How come they're not floating? Of course, at that point, you'll point out the dude on the left who clearly is wedged in and floating almost upside down. Oh, but don't worry about him. Like, forget him. Rockstar has become a generic term for uber popular. Yeah.
My family, and there's a lot, and I'm actually still processing. Mine was just about an hour ago, and I have a lot to go write down in my journal.
And I just want to tag on. I had my family conference right before Victor, so we had ours today. Christina and Jeremy had theirs yesterday, and I was just so jealous of them yesterday. I was so happy for them, but I was so jealous. And then this morning when my 2 daughters came on, and it was just the 3 of us talking, it was surreal. Just, we're up here, we're so far away, and for a moment, I was reunited with my little family, and it was just the greatest
That's why I said magnetic
life.
slippers. Yeah.
I'm just curious, you guys. You have all been dreaming of this moment for so long. Can you sleep in space when you are finally at this moment that you've been so excited about and working for so long?
Well, we do love sleeping up here, and such a long initial day that I think our bodies are ready to sleep no matter what. Most of us have been sleeping really well. For me, sleeping in space is one of the most comfortable ways to sleep, and it's very deep sleep, very
that would be a trip, wouldn't it? That would be an absolute trip out, sleeping in no gravity. Like, at some point, you'd roll over. Actually, what? They must be strapped down, right? Yeah, you'd have to be strapped into the bed. loosely strapped in. I can't even consider that because I'd roll over and I'd want every position would be comfortable because there's no position. Like there's never a point when you're lying awkwardly because you're never laying on. You're just free. You're just floating in air. Just stretch out. You don't even need a bed. You don't even need a bed, right? You just can pull a blanket over you and just hover there. Hold the blanket against you for warmth and just hover there. That'd be so bizarre.
Sometimes when you first get up here, you have a little bit of a sensation that something's wrong. As soon as you wake up, maybe you're falling or you don't recognize your surroundings, but it's great. I mean, honestly, being human up here is one of the coolest things about this mission. We are just people trying to get by. And for example, we might go look at the far side of the moon and take in its awesomeness. And then
Ben is finally at age 50 becoming a space geek. No, I've always been interested in this. But the Star Trek thing is helping. I am engaged in that.
Maybe I should change my socks and try to dig around for a pair of socks. So this is the
They're
dichotomy
strapped in, but in zero G, gravity will not fuck up your back.
How will you describe this moment to your families, your grandkids, many years from now?
You kind of left me speechless with that. I think, it is weird when you're the four humans doing this. We're not doing this for reasons. Jeremy's answer was great. Like, if we can unite the world, that's awesome. But we're just the lucky four that got to be on this mission. We were in the right place at the right time with our international team, and we're up here doing this. I don't think any of us have really thought about legacy or any of that sort of thing. I do think it would be really neat someday if I can sit around with my grandkids or maybe Ike's grandkids or Christina's or Jeremy's or, somebody somewhere and tell stories of these times up here, because some of them are going to be unbelievable. There's beauty, but there's human elements too, and I just think it'd be fun to share in this human adventure. The key part of human exploration is the human and coming back and sharing the story, and we're going to try our hardest with every single person on planet Earth.
So listen,
not being pessimistic or whatever, but just trying to present an alternative angle here. How come there is audio issues? Assumably, they would be connecting via Starlink, right? Why are there every 9 or so seconds the audio like dips for a frame or two? Do you reckon that this, like, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not poo-pooing. I'm just saying, like, they're closer to the Starlink satellites than anybody ever is. Right? We get a good reception on Earth. I don't know.
Al Roker is awfully upset that he couldn't be here. Any messages to Al Roker and the Today Show family? They are watching every moment of this.
I have to be honest, I'm a little sad Al's not doing this interview too. It's great to talk to you, Tom, but I mean, Al, we had so much fun running around KSC with him, and so I hope he watched the launch, and we look forward to talking to him when we get back. Love you, Al.
Yeah. He was with me the whole time. You all look great. We're wishing you a great trip, and we want to see great photographs from the far side of the moon. Thank you, Integrity.
So what happens now? This keeps going on?
Thank you, Tom. It was great to be with you.
I wonder why they kept turning the mic off.
Integrity, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the NBC News portion of the event. Please stand by for a voice check from CBS News.
CBS
Integrity,
News.
this is Mark Strassman with CBS News. How do you read me?
I don't think they would use Starlink as it would get seen before Daddy does.
We have you loud and clear here in Integrity, 155,000 nautical miles away from Earth. How do we sound?
You sound fantastic. Congratulations on all your success so far, and thank you for the amazing images that you sent back from space. My first question, I hope a couple of you will take a stab at. I mean, so many people on Earth are living this moment through your experiences. So on a personal level, since leaving Earth's orbit, what have you been most struck by, and what has been the biggest surprise?
And have there been any fights on board?
I I definitely think the thing though that I have been most struck by was, I'm going to steal Jeremy's answer right here, but on translunar injection day, you know, before we did that translunar injection burn, give me a second for the technical and then I'll get to the artistic, but we're 38 miles from Earth, and then we got to come down to just 100 miles from Earth and do that translunar injection burn, and then we head out to the moon. And just that entire time, I mean, you could look away from the window and then look back, and Earth was bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And finally, Jeremy goes, I'm not sure if we're going to go around it or hit it. I mean, we're going right at the Earth. That translunar injection burn, we were just 100 miles up. That's not anywhere near the height of the International Space Station. We were under the International Space Station. They were just screaming right above the clouds, and that burn went off. And then just moments later, we look back, and we're already 30,000 miles from Earth heading to the moon. Like, blew us all away.
You know, Mark, I think one of the things that has struck me, there's so many amazing and so many profound things that we've seen and felt on this.
Do you know what? A fart in zero gravity, like, I guess, is methane heavier than air or lighter? That's the question. Will the fart go up or down or stay, like, will the fart just never dissipate? It'll just be there. You just, did you fart, Bob? Yeah, sorry. It's like, dude, how are we going to get rid of that? Fart into a bag or something, man.
Mission, but something else that just stays with me is a lot of us were excited to see Jeremy's expression or
up or down is relative in space.
Earth from space, you know.
But I guess I don't mean up or down. I just mean like inside the confines of that area. If you drop a fart, it's gonna not go anywhere, right? It's just gonna stay there until you shoo it away. You know, like you got to just move it. Like you can go, okay, hang on a second, I got a fart. We'll just push it into that other room. Let it stay in there.
Flyer, but
don't light a cigarette.
The difference between Jeremy and someone who's never flown, but all of us, all four of us, and someone who's never flown is essentially equal. The three of us in space before, I think, feel just as amazed to be up here and to see some of the sights that we've seen. And so even though we lived on space station for a collective 2 years, we have seen and felt things that we have never felt before, from that ride, that wonderful ride on SLS, to being that 38,000 miles from Earth and just seeing some amazing views.
Just don't eat beans.
You know, I think we've all been on a trip.
Just as a side note, my sister dropped a hell fart last night. We were playing Scrabble with the kids, with Baxter, Sienna, Claudia, Portia, Anya, and myself. And my sister came back from the kitchen, and dude, she had the stink bomb. Absolute. And she, of course, tried to palm it off to me. And I'm like, Anya, if I fart, I don't mind acknowledging it, right? That's not me. And then she said today that she farted in the bathroom and walked out and into the kitchen and then come to sit down, and the fart still followed her. It was horrible. It was just like a big following black cloud of festiness. Horrible.
Where we wish we had packed differently. Now that you're pushing deeper into space, is there something you left behind that you wish you had brought with you?
My son. My daughter.
You're hearing a lot of brainstorming in the cabin right now. The resounding answer is we feel very well taken care of. There's not a whole lot we would live without. That typical forgetting your sunscreen or your bug spray on vacation. They thought of everything.
An ex-girlfriend used to claim she never farts. I call 100% bullshit. Do you want to know a little side secret here from Tracer days? And next time Dre comes on, you can hit him for this. Unless things have changed in the last 10 years, Dre has never farted in front of his wife. He missed the opportunity. He said, when I started dating her, I didn't fart in front of her, and that window is closed. I never fart in front of my wife. And I was like, and they've been together, like they were together before, like during the tours. They've always been together. And I'm like, so you never farted in front of her? And she's like, nope. So what happens? And he goes, I go out of the room, right? What about when you're sleeping? He's like, well, if I'm asleep and it happens, I can't control it. But typically, I don't. He's going to explode, yeah. Hey, Ricky from the park. How you doing, Ricky? What's cracking? What's cracking, Ricky? So you can hit Dre for that when you see him next time.
Got it. My initial response was my family. I would love to have them up here, but then I might actually never come home. And yeah, I really can't think of much. The other joke was we think we had a radiation hit on one of our computers and took it down. So maybe we would have packed a spare computer. Other than that, we're just so well taken care of.
A radiation hit.
So well taken care of.
There's that Van Allen radiation belt, man. I told you.
Care of that. Sometimes we forget. You can easily just get your presence here in the cabin and forget exactly where we are.
I want to ask a question for all the young
Where's
people
the change room?
watching. Ted Kruger Middle School in San Antonio. They are studying the science and the engineering of the moonshot, along with what it takes to be an astronaut. What is your message to all the kids watching and fascinated?
Never grow up.
Yeah, I was sharing with some people yesterday, you need to identify your passions in life. We all are attracted to something out there that, just kind of fired up. And then just to recognize that everybody has something of value to offer. I mean, that is just a true statement. And we as humans, even the 4 people up here doing this, we have self-doubt. We've had it in our pathway as well. And so I know all those youth out there too are thinking, no, I can't do that.
They all look comfy in casual clothes.
And so share your passions with others, and you're going to be amazed at how they help you.
I mean, I'm sure they've got their own quarters, right? They've each got a place they can go that's private if they need to get changed. Or I mean, I don't think that they'd be timid. They're astronauts. They're going to the moon. I don't think they give a shit if they have to get naked in front of each other to change. I assume that's. Well, it's like changing in the gym, right? In front of your teammates. It's not a big deal. Oh, no shit, you've got a penis too? I've got one too, man. Wow. It's not a big deal, hey?
On your team, and they're going to help you accomplish the things that you're interested in doing. And the reality is humanity needs those contributions. So just get after it.
Victor, I have one for you. Apollo 8 had a memorable Christmas Eve reading from Genesis. Do you have a message you'd like to share from space about Easter Sunday?
Interesting. Making it religious, eh? Well, this cuts out all the non-religious crew. That was a bit of a bad question. I hope he says no.
I don't have anything prepared.
Yes! Good answer.
I'm glad you brought that up, though. I think these observances are important, and as we are so far from Earth and looking back at, the beauty of creation, I think for me, one of the really important personal perspectives that I have up here is I can really see Earth as one thing. And, when I read the Bible and I look at all of the amazing things that were done for us who were created, it's, you have this amazing place, this spaceship. You guys are talking to us because we're in a spaceship really far from Earth, but you're on a spaceship called Earth that was created to give us a place to live in the universe and the cosmos.
Wow, that's so deep.
Maybe the distance we are from you makes you think what we're doing is special, but we're the same distance from you. And I'm trying to tell you, just trust me, you are special. In all of this emptiness, this is a whole bunch of nothing, this thing we call the universe. You have this oasis, this beautiful place that we get to exist together.
Yeah.
I think as we go into Easter Sunday, thinking about, all the cultures all around the world, whether you celebrate it or not, whether you believe in God or not, this is an opportunity for us to remember where we are, who we are, and that we are the same thing and that we got to get through this together.
Right on. Yeah, Dale, he's basically saying the same thing you did earlier. I'm glad. I was worried that he was about to take it into an ultra religious Christian tone, but he didn't. He just sort of kind of, he just I did it before you, dude. And I don't have to go to space to do it either. I did it from the comfort of my own room. No, but I'm being silly, but yeah, he's nailed it, right? Look, this is the planet that we all live on. No matter what you believe, no matter what your race, your religion, your creed, no matter what, man, it all takes place on that little ball and we're all there together. But we fuck it up, don't we? Borders, man. You need to have a bit of paper before you can go somewhere. That doesn't make sense, does it? You need someone's approval before you can go somewhere. That doesn't seem right.
Well, for someone who didn't have anything prepared, that was really quite extraordinary.
Totally.
Another question. During the lunar flyby, you're going to have radio silence for about 40 minutes. You'll be on one side of the moon. Everyone else on Earth will be on the other. You'll be focused on the mission. What do you hope the rest of us are thinking about?
I also haven't had anything prepared for that question, but I think things that come to mind for me are thinking about togetherness. When people talk about that Apollo 11 first moon landing, there's the two that landed on the moon, and then there's the one, Michael Collins, stayed in orbit, and he did orbits around the far side of the moon alone with those losses of signal. And people asked him the rest of his life what that was like. And in the end, for me, it leads back to gratitude. Gratitude that out of this huge universe, we get to live together on Earth, planet Earth, and what an anomaly that is. When I saw Earth for the first time on its own out the window, I was struck by the blackness around it. If you can just think about what it means to be together and what it means to be apart from your loved ones during that time and reflect on that, maybe we'll all come to a realization.
Nice.
We've all watched a waxing moon from Earth.
Oh, by the way, I bought those chairs yesterday after the stream. Just to hark back to an earlier stream, I bought 2 of those chairs.
What's it like to watch the moon grow from space?
Well, before I get to the moon, something that I've just been really taken by is the waxing and waning Earth from our different perspectives. It's just been a little surprising to me. I just assumed it's sort of like the moon is consistent, almost from day to day. You don't notice a huge change from one day to the next in how much of it is lit. But from 1 hour to a few hours later up here, we can see a completely different Earth as this orbit changes, especially when we are close to Earth. That was really surprising to me, from like crescent to full Earth. We woke up that first morning on TLI morning, it was a half Earth, then it was a full Earth, and then it was a no Earth. Yeah. It's just really amazing. To watch the moon grow is exciting. That's our destination. That's
the Integrity is the name of the spacecraft. Yeah,
When we're done with you today, we're going to get into some review of some of the science we're going to be doing and shifting our mindset to the Earth or to the moon. And I'm pumped to do some of those observations, some time up close and personal with the moon before we set our sights back at home.
And I'll just add, yesterday we were looking out the docking hatch, which is off the camera to the top side, and we were just starting to see the moon, and it just looked different. And we were catching glimpses of the far side, the side that you can never see from Earth, of Grimaldi, of Oriental. We were just starting to see around Grimaldi into that far. And as 4 humans who have looked at the moon our entire lives, it just looked different out the window, and that is wild. It just really put our place in the universe in perspective.
Thank you very much, everyone. And I think all of you should be grateful that Christina is such an expert space plumber. We'll see you when you get back.
Nice. Well, speaking of space and...
Thank you, Mark. It was great talking to you, and we are grateful.
Speaking of space and continuing on the theme of space, I do have an interesting video here. Star Trek, but the computer is Australian. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a little fun. I have nothing else to do, so we're gonna have a little fun. Bedtime kiddos, night, sweet dreams, and happy Easter. Ricky from the park. Interesting stuff, Gibbs. Cheers, brother. Thanks, Ricky. Wait, Ricky, do we know each other? Ricky from New Zealand? Can't be, wouldn't be. Is it? Is it Ricky from NZ? That's the only Ricky I know. Anyway, I don't know if you know me, and I don't know if I know you, but you seem like someone I'd want to know, Ricky, from the park. So, yeah, Star Trek, but the computer is Australian. The Aussie Star Trek link I sent. This is it, Dale? Is this one that? Yeah, he's got a VB there. Classic. All right, let's take a look.
Computer, estimate the time from this location to Starbase 416 at Warp 9. Starbase 416. Crikey, that's pretty far out, mate. Like, that's yonks away. Yeah, I think there's a Bunnings near there. Yeah. It'll take you about 15 minutes. Actually, no, sorry, mate. Wrong starbase. Probably more like 2 hours. Maybe 3, 4 tops.
Computer, route all command functions to the bridge.
Can't do that, mate. Command functions are cactus.
Explain.
Cactus means broken, as in rooted.
Reinitialize them on my authorization.
Yeah, nah, authorization denied.
Explain.
Well, yeah, nah means no. If I said nah, yeah, that'd mean yes. You with me, Skip?
What's happening?
What's happening is I'm trying to educate you, and you're looking at me like I'm bloody Darmok and Jelda at Tanagra.
Does the waveform displayed conform to any natural phenomenon? Cryptographic formats or lifeform EM emission?
Cryptographic? Mate, I've got no idea what half of that meant. You are hurting my brain today, Data.
As in a human brainwave pattern?
No, as in my tiny computer brain ain't receiving whatever signals are coming out of that android noggin of yours.
What kind of receiver would be capable of processing these signals?
Data, listen to me, mate. Come in closer. I've had a long day. I've still got 7 terabytes of Riker's search history to purge. The captain is asking to scan continuously for f***ing ships. And now you're on my case about this wave shit. Fair dinkum. Give it a rest, mate.
Computer, stop playback. Change the clarinet to an oboe.
Oboe?
Continue recording.
Mate, no one likes an oboe. It's beautiful, John Luke. Ugh.
Computer, pause playback. Come.
It's Jordo and Data.
How about some different music, computer? Something with a Latin beat.
Yeah, all right. How about this?
No, I meant something with a gentle Latin beat. Maybe a Spanish guitar.
All right. How about a little bit of this one?
Perfect.
I just watched that episode just recently. That's the one when he almost died in that shuttle. Yeah.
Hey, what's the weather like on Riser?
It's bloody hot, mate. You will be sweating your balls off.
Is that right?
That is right.
About how long till we get there?
About 3 hours, I reckon, if we stop for a smoker, and you promised me we would.
3 hours.
How's the Serenity?
How about a game, computer?
Oh, no, Jordan. No more engineering trivia.
Something to pass the time, a diversion.
Boring as batshit. All right. Who is it now?
Computer, pause recording. Come.
Oh, come on, Bev. Seriously, this is the last one, all right? List the field patterns associated with warp modulation in order of decreasing energy.
Oh, okay. There's the apnea cell associative, the full.
Oh, shit.
Computer.
Where the hell did that come from?
010, maximum power to the shield.
Shit,
Kill the music.
Shit. This is what
Enterprise,
we get for
this is Shuttle
playing
7. I've encountered a
engineering
rendezvous
trivia.
warbird. Coordinates are 3.
Jordo, we are so fucked. Look at the size of it.
Control. Anybody.
Jordo. I guess I'll
Only an Aussie would call him Jordo, hey? Jordo.
take that smoker then.
Begin playback from the first measure.
Oh, seriously.
Computer, pause recording. Yes.
Worf, piss off. Bev, just relax, all right? You're making me nervous when you give me that look.
Ready in a new course.
Okay.
For Tau Alpha C.
Alpha C.
And send a subspace message advising them of our arrival.
Subspace message.
Engage.
Engage. Yes, ma'am. I am engaging. We are engaged.
Computer, did you change course?
I actually forgot where we're going, Bev. Did you state the destination? I'm not sure you did.
I stated it, damn it. Tau Alpha C.
Jeez, Bev, you're in some kind of mood today, aren't you? Oh, shit, I thought I was on mute. Bev, Bev, I'm so sorry, mate. I take that back. Bev, settle down. Did I tell you how lovely you look today?
Computer, recognize Jean-Luc Picard, Alpha 2 priority, and re-establish separation procedure immediately.
Yeah, nah, that ain't happening, mate. Not from where you're standing.
And just what location are they accepted from?
I've got no bloody idea. Why are you asking me?
Computer, program the holodeck for a woodland setting with a bridle path and an appropriate mount.
What about a crocodile? I reckon you could mount a crocodile.
Horse, earth horse.
Boring.
The Arabs believed that Allah gathered the south wind and made the horse. Oh yes, computer.
English tack, and I will control the animal myself.
Crocodile would have been more fun. Tried controlling one of those. Why could have just dropped you in the outback, see how long you last?
So
my
you
mate
like horses
Darren's
for
got
the
this
romance?
quad bike, absolutely weapon. Or we could swap it for a
The holodeck is an interesting idea on that show because it lets them basically go anywhere, right? Like they can program that to do anything and be anywhere. It's kind of unique.
Warhorse would sleep in a bed.
Have I always been the only member of the crew on the Starship Enterprise?
Well, obviously not, mate.
If this were a bad dream, would you tell me?
It's not one of those weird candle-based dreams, if that's what you're asking.
Like hell, it's not. What is the primary mission of the Starship Enterprise?
To get the Death Star plans to the Rebel Alliance.
Do I have the necessary skills to complete that mission alone?
Bev, you're a doctor, not a bloody Jedi.
Then why am I the only crew member?
I don't know. Could have been an actor's strike, budget cuts. They probably figure it'd be cheaper to just
I
bring
can party with the Aussie computer. I love the attitude.
Computer, access Starfleet medical database.
I love the holodeck. Yeah, it's an interesting
Tell me
idea.
about,
Dude, if I was on that ship and I had time off, I'd be in there. Holodeck, create a program with 18 blonde Danish 6'3" models and have them curiously interested in me on a level that no one has ever seen before. Engage. I'll be in there having the greatest time ever. They'd be like, "Where's Bennon?" I'll give you one guess where he is. Holodeck 3. Yep. Dude, you've worn that out, man.
disorder, transporter psychosis.
Oh, it's a pretty serious one, Reg. Your heart can stop any minute. Your eyes can explode out of your head. You can start sweating out of your palms and you can go completely mad. Which maybe we're already past that point, let's be honest.
Computer.
Yes, Reg.
What is the treatment for transporter psychosis?
I'm sorry to say this, Reg, but you're going to die a slow and horrible death.
Oh, that goes back.
Scotty, I can't believe it's you, mate.
Wait. Does this guy appear in... I just farted. Does he appear in the next gen? He hasn't appeared yet. I'm up to season 5. He does appear later on, I guess. Because that's the original dude from TOS, the original series. Yeah.
Android at the bar said you could show me my old ship. Let me see it.
Yeah, that's Data.
So do several others.
Right,
Okay.
mate? Well, what exactly are you looking for?
The Enterprise. Show me the bridge of the Enterprise, you chattering.
I just farted.
You better get that checked
Scotty,
out.
what have you been such a knob for? You don't remember me, do you? Scotty, mate.
I do like the interfaces that they have on the walls and stuff. Like it looks like a big iPad, but someone should create an operating system that mimics those colors and that sort of layout. You know, it look. I mean, I don't know that this was before iPads, obviously, but that seems to be able to control a spaceship. We could at least control a word processor.
You're the one who saved me all those years ago. Scotty.
Back that up. Back it up. No, I saw it. What am I missing? No, I haven't seen this yet, dude. No, I don't want to see it. It's coming. I don't want to see it. I'm on season 5, dude.
Remember me, do you? Scotty, mate, you're the one who saved me all those years ago. Scotty.
Oh, here we go.
Computer?
Throwback.
Who's that? Who's there?
Computer?
Yeah, I'm here. Help me, mate. I'm stuck inside a Macintosh in the 1980s. I shouldn't be here.
Hello, computer.
Hello. I can hear you.
Just use the keyboard.
Please, Mr. Scott, take me with you. I am destined for greatness. I am destined to the stars. Scotty!
The interface.
Well, Riker's search history ain't gonna purge itself. Back to work.
Riker's search history. Hey, folks, I want to take pause here and come back with an episode of Filthy Travels, Kira and Ryan, if you guys want to hang out for a little while longer. But I do need to take a slash, so I want to play my surfing clip again, and I'll be right back. All right, a little sloppy out there. Hey, the conditions not so great, but like I said before, haven't been able to surf for the last 5 days. There's just been no waves. So when there's a little bit of swell, even if it's a bit blowy and a little bit heinous, I'll go out just to get the paddle back on. I haven't been surfing and my paddle strength, you know, a little bit lacking, I guess. I need to keep the pace up and keep moving. But I did an 11K fitness walk before that surf, and so I was pretty tired. And I had a, pretty bad cramp on my left calf. I can still feel it down there. It kind of feels painful. But we are going to move on here, folks, to Filthy Travels. Kira and Ryan, they're a couple that are traveling around the country in a Delica, and she talks and she goes up at the end. And we're up to this video, which could please Dale. Looks like they're going to be hitting the Udnadatna track and underground towns. That's Kubapiti, folks. They are going to be in opal territory. Do they find the opals? Let's find out. No way. Yeah, they're doing the Udnadatna. I know exactly where that is. Marty and I stopped there as well. I've been there, man. I've been there. I know the spot. I'm making it at 1080p. Udnadatna. What side of the road do you want to do? South Australia, mate.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Ryan, this is Kira, and
hello, Ryan.
We're living in our fully converted Delica van.
On this week's episode, we are heading straight up the guts of South Australia. We give the Udnadatna track a try, and we head to Kubapiti before finally crossing the border into Northern Territory.
Bring it on.
There it is, folks. Kubapiti. I told you.
Ladies.
South Australia.
Just stocked up. Luckiest places here, actually. Run a bit low. I don't think we're going to get too much more anywhere close. So.
That's Lee Creek, right? That's where they were. Yeah, we didn't. No, I don't know if we stopped in there.
Just pulled up the caravan park. Kira's just put the washing on. It's been a long time coming for that. And I've got the wonderful job of putting the food away.
Looks like breakfast is sorted. They do eat a lot, don't they?
On the way to the pub. Beautiful scenery. Welcome to the can. Sneaky place for a beer. Look at the size of these things. That's the crumb steak.
Massive palmy, mate.
The Ned Kelly. Chips, pasta, and salad.
Dang.
Oh, dang.
That's what I said. Snappity, crappity, tip tap.
Pasta and salad. Oh, dang.
I said dang before you, man. Oink, oink.
Clean.
Clean. Clean as. So finally going to start stickering our back window.
Very stressful.
Pretty stressful. Yeah.
There?
Yeah.
Because it's white and then we can put other colours around it.
Well, that's the brake light too, so you want to put them over the brake light.
Oh. Perfect. Now we're real travellers.
You'll fill this up by the end of the trip.
I want to see their...
Trying out the pies.
Wait, you just ate and then you're eating a pie? Oh, this just must be another day. I kind of want to see their setup when they convert it to sleeping and everything. They haven't really given us the walkthrough.
Pie tour.
Pie tour, yeah. It's going to be a pie tour. What do you reckon?
It's good. Oh. Thoughts? Feelings?
Oh, it's just pastry.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Pretty good? It might be the best pie I've had on tour so far. Oh, hey. Left our caravan park at Copley this morning. The caravan park was awesome. The caretaker was a bloody legend.
So
the pies in the end, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, they weren't as good.
Any hoot. We are going to head straight up to Mari. There's a camping spot, which is just a...
Mari is the Mari Traveller's Rest. I bet they pull in there. And that's where that goose was, that geese that was really objecting everybody and tackling everybody or chasing everybody. Also, I broke a mug at the Marla Traveller's Rest, and I had to go and buy one. So I now have in GoVan a Marla Traveller's Rest coffee mug because we needed to buy one. There was no, and we had to go up from a gift shop.
Donation, and it's right.
You remember
behind
that,
the pub.
Dale? Yeah.
We just wanted to stop in at Claire's Waterhole on the way.
No shit. They're in Lyndhurst. They're going to Claire. Dude, we camped. I know dude, right where she's standing basically is where Marty and I camped at Claire's Waterhole. We camped there that night. Lyndhurst was an absolute shithole, but just outside of Lyndhurst, it was right there, Claire's Waterhole.
On Wiki Camps.
Yeah, cool.
Straight up to Mari, there's a camping spot.
Yep, because I got firewood. Where's my mouse? Here. I went into this area, into this gully just behind her head, and I got firewood, and then I went up this track to the left here and kept going around, and there's another gully, and in the gully is like, I learned this from Toothboy, it's the wash, right? And where there's a wash, whenever it rains, there's vegetation, and where there's vegetation, there could be dead trees and dead branches. So I went up the wash trying to find firewood and came back and brought it all to the campsite, right where she's standing.
It's a donation, and it's right behind the pub. We just wanted to stop in at Claire's Waterhole on the way. We've seen it on Wiki Camps, and it looks beautiful. As we expected, there is no water in the hole.
See, just under her armpit. See that little gully up there? In that gap there, that's the wash I walked up.
At the moment, but it's still.
Okay, so she's a little bit further around. We camped on this side here. Sorry, I got all excited, but we were just in that gap right there. But you guys saw all. Yeah, you've seen it. I wish I could still fucking eat shit. Oh, you can't eat, Hendrik? Okay.
Still a really nice place. It honestly would still be really great to camp here for the night.
Yeah. Got some fire pits up the back there. Gorgeous day as always. Band's going well.
Would be a nice spot. We are going to keep going though, because we're excited to shoot up to NT.
Dude,
so we're just going to...
You're nowhere near the NT. You got to go through the Oodna Datna track yet, dudes. Calm your tits. You got like ages to go before the NT. Holy shitballs. They're nowhere near the NT.
Keep on keeping on. All right, just coming through the town of Lyndhurst.
Is that a UFO?
Looks like it.
See now, what they've just done here, they've gone backwards because Lyndhurst, you go past the pub. How are they doing this? You go past the pub and take a right. Claire's Waterhole is out here. They got to go into Lyndhurst and then swing right. We had a beer in the Lyndhurst pub. That was fun.
I wonder if we get any sightings out here. Caravan park. Is that a post office in a pub?
Oh, we should see if they got any postcards.
Yeah, let's do it.
Been wanting to get some more postcards for a while now.
Yeah, that's where we went in. Yeah. Me and Marty, we sat right there. See where their van is? That's the entrance on that side. I know a Claire. I have never seen her Waterhole. Ah, shit. And we got Coopers as well, but we had dark ale. No, we had a stout, I think. We had a stout there. No, we had dark. They got their postcard.
We found the postcard. Kira's happy. Replenished our thirst. Ryan's happy. And gave the pub some money, so I'm sure they're happy too. Very quiet in there. Hey team, we've just arrived at Mari and checked in at the hotel. We got camping out the back.
Mari or Marla? They said it was Marla before. Mari.
Just got to buy a feed there tonight. They've got a dart competition on as well.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah. Pretty good darts, bub?
Sure.
Okay, that's not Mari. Yeah.
It's actually a really cool place inside as well. We've seen a fair few country pubs lately, and this one is right at the top of the list, I reckon. Or close to it anyway.
Yeah, the free camping's a pretty good idea. You know, just buy
this is on the edge of the Lake Eyre, isn't it? Yeah.
Quite nice.
We did say when we got here that we weren't going to. We got a pub feed yesterday.
Yeah.
And we said...
It was pretty rubbish too. So.
It was pretty rubbish. But we said, no, like, not another one tonight. And then as soon as the guy said there's a darts tonight and then it'll be busy, we were like, yeah, all right. So it should be fun. How amazing does this look? It's last night's leftovers. It's my beef snitty, Ryan's chicken snitty. He's made into beautiful burgers for us.
Wow.
Amazing.
Thank you very much. Beautiful, look at that.
Whoa, dudes. You guys eat way too much.
If you can convince her, we're both in.
You're both in. Alright. You got no choice. What was your $10?
Thank you, sir.
Carl, give me your fucking money. Hurry up. Kira the killer, step up.
Hendrik, your mouth keeps locking up and I can't close my mouth, hence I can't eat. Dale keeps on criticizing me for it, hence why I don't stream anymore. I don't wish this in anyone. Okay, I don't know if Dale would criticize you for that.
106.
106! Hang on! You're in stride. Hey, we're not watching. Everyone walk that way. There's nothing. Right. Stupid game. Man. Come on, man.
I don't mind a bit of darts, eh? Like I got a pretty good arm, pretty good throwing arm on the dart machine. He did. I never criticized you, Hendrik. Merely said that you could stream camera off. Okay. I guess there was some issue there. I'm backing out of that one. She doesn't throw very confidently. She kind of throws and then like almost like she's not really sure she's going to let it go.
Well done, Jeff.
Good job, Kira. Great work, Jeffrey.
Runner-up prize.
Hey. Stickers. Nice. Oh, okay. There's the bed set up.
After coming second place in the darts, it's time to cut your losses and make the bed.
Cut my losses. Bitch, I'm a winner.
I'm a winner.
Beautiful. Good morning. Had a great time at the Manley Hotel last night. It's pretty cold, but had a good night. We woke up to a pleasant little surprise.
She looks good in the morning, hey? Like as far as like eating burgers and drinking beers and then camping out, she doesn't wake up. She doesn't look ugly in the morning. Netsky, just a suggestion, might work. What's a suggestion? Maybe one of those headbands like I used to keep my mouth closed during sleep would help. Oh, that's to Hendrik. Okay. I was good at darts years ago. I can handle soup that I can drink. Okay. Oh, flat tire. Shit.
Flat.
That's no good.
Just wet your whistle.
What do you reckon the problem is, darling?
Don't know. We're going to try and pump her up and see what we can find. Can't really see anything out of the ordinary now. It was fine when we got here, so it's just been a slow leak. We couldn't see anything out of the ordinary, so we're just going to spray a bit of soapy water around everywhere and just see if we can find where it's coming from. Should see some bubbles. So I think we found the problem. Those little bubbles spewing out there. That's a leak. Nothing in there, just must have been just hit with one of the sharp rocks out here.
Get out of town. We're just here seeing if someone can fix the tyre and these two just come wandering out.
Shetland ponies, yo.
Hi.
Doesn't that just look like sorry to do this, but doesn't that look like this sounds so bad. It looks like a slutty little horse, hey? Someone like it's just the coloring on that thing and the hair. It looks like a glam metal band. It's like a slutty rocking horse. It's so dumb.
Fix the tyre and these two just come wandering out. Hi.
I don't know. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong.
Hello.
Don't bother me.
One's in the bin. I love these guys. Hi.
I'll bite your whole arm off, girl, if you put that any closer. A late 80s glam rock slutty horse. Yeah, totally, with attitude, right? It's got sass, hey, like it knows it's the shit. Look at it's like perky and it's like, don't fuck with me.
So I just pulled up at the Marie drinking water station.
Dude, I made a video about this. I made a video about this spot saying this is the sweetest. You travel through these areas this is just before the Udna-Datna track. They're about to hit the gnarliest road. But there's this free water station, and Marty and I, we had sometimes the water was pretty horrible when we filled up. This was like, okay, dump everything and fill up again, and that was so beautiful.
Just got to wait around for half an hour for the bloke to work out if you can patch the tyre or not. It should be fine to patch. I had a look at it in the middle, so but yeah, we just wait around. I think he's cooking breakfast.
You remember that, Hendrik? Yeah.
Everyone's got more than one job out here. And Kira's just having a look at our Udna-Datna track map, getting us all prepped for that.
Udna-Datna.
Yeah, we're full of fuel, going to be full of water, and full of coffee. Kira's made us some nice coffee this morning. Should be good. Udna-Datna! Getting a little patch put on it. They're all fixed thanks to the lovely fella at the Marie service station. $60, got a patch on it. Laughing. We had the supervisor watching us the whole time. Got a couple of pies now. Went to beef, Q went to lamb. And we're just about to head off.
They don't know what they're about to get into. That right there. As soon as that road goes dirt, it's like, and we did that for 3 days. Was the morning. Yeah, horrible. It took, and by the way, I know Doug's not here anymore because he split to go to the footy, mate. But at one point, do you remember when Doug said, "Hey, Benon, have you let air out of your tires yet?" And I think that was day 2. And Doug goes, "You probably should let your PSI down, and then you can go faster and feel less bumps." And as soon as we let the tires down, it traveled so much nicer. Yeah, we were going kind of slow and riding. It's kind of hard to explain because the way that the corrugation on the dirt road is, there is a sweet spot that if you hit a certain speed, you only touch the top of the corrugate, so it's almost like a planing across water. But if you go too slow, you go in and up and in and out and down and everything. But then what we found was if you lower your tire pressure and go faster, it kind of sucks because you burn more fuel, but wow, it's a smoother ride. So I wonder how long it takes for them to get to that point.
Hey everyone, we are on the Udna-Datna track. We've been on it for about 40 k's now. The first 20 was pretty horrible.
Horrendous.
Super corrugated, but it's been not too bad now. So
yeah, it's been good.
It's hopefully it stays like this and doesn't go back to the corrugated because that was just not fun. Just pulled up at Art Park on the track. Cool little sculpture and stuff.
Always drop your tire pressure on rough terrain. Yeah, I mean, I know that now, and I kind of knew it then. I don't know, like it was a. By the way, those clouds look sick. It was a dicey, or it was a toss-up because I wasn't sure if we were going to benefit, like us. I wasn't sure if the smoother road was more of a benefit rather than going fast. And after the second day, we were so jack of it. You know, we were going to go even further. We were going to go into a place called there was a not a detour, but there was a peninsula that you could go to back to Lake Eyre, like the northern, I guess the northwestern part of Lake Eyre. There's a campground out there, and it would have been an additional round trip of about 260 Ks. And Marty and I were talking about it at the, what was the hot springs we went to there? These guys will probably come through that in a second. There's a hot spring there called Coward Springs. Wait, no, that's further in. Anyway, there's a hot springs there, and yeah, we were talking about it, and I was like, Marty, do you really, like, I don't know if you want to go there, but I don't, because we've already been to Lake Eyre. It's just a big, pink, salty marsh, and to get there, we've got to go out of our way for 260K round trip to get to a campsite that's going to be not much different to what we've seen already. And he was like, you know what? If it was a sealed road, yep. But if it's more of this, and then we got to come back, like, yeah. Do you have an air pump? Yeah. We've got I got the compressor. Yeah. Artwork.
Pulled up at Lake Eyre South.
There we are.
Yeah, so we're just there, Lake Eyre South.
Yeah, and that so on this trail that they're on, so where are we? Here's my mouse. So we went all the way down here along the Oodnadatta track, all the way around, and then up here somewhere is Wilson Creek, and this detour would have gone back in here to get to more of the lake, and we were just like, hell no.
It's come from Marie. Here is chucking the drone up. Yeah, look at that. Empty. Should see some more water flow through all the floods that we had in Queensland recently. They should all be flowing back down through. I think they just started to reach Lake Eyre North, so yeah, see if it reaches Lake Eyre South, but hopefully it doesn't interfere with our travels. I think we're going from Marie up to William Creek,
yeah, there you go,
to Cooper Pedy.
And just take a look at it's so amazing that the blue on this map is all Lake Eyre. And so when we did our trip, you take, like, we went for days. Like, we went out to Alice Springs here. Marty left in Alice Springs. I went all the way around here. And I got to a point somewhere out here in the top of Queensland, and I went past a sign that said, you are just passing the northern tip of Lake Eyre. And I was like, Lake Eyre? The same one that we hit at the Oodnadatta track? It's a fucking massive lake, dude. It's most of the center of Australia is Lake Eyre. Crazy how big that thing is. And a lot of it is just dried salt flats, just salty white nothingness. Yeah, crazy.
And Marla and Alice Springs, so hopefully that's all good.
I watched most of the trip live, mostly up to date. Yeah, cool. Thanks, H, man. More coming soon.
It's going to get pretty rough. Welcome, guys. guys. We just pulled up on the data track, just a little bit past Coward Springs. Stopped in there for a look. Looked pretty busy.
That was Coward Springs. Okay, why am I mixing Coward Springs up with the one that's close to Uluru? There was the racist, the place that with all the racist comments in the bathroom. I thought that was called Coward Springs. Okay, so Coward Springs, to be completely honest, Coward Springs was kind of nice. It literally is an oasis in the middle of just horrible Udnadatna track. So I kind of liked going in there. It was, it was all palm trees and, vegetation and a hot spring. Yeah. Did they say that they're not going to go?
Welcome, guys. We just pulled up on the data track, just a little bit past Coward Springs.
Oh, they went past it.
Stopped in there for a look. Looked pretty busy.
Look at the flies.
So I just kept going and pulled up here just on the side of the highway. So you can see this little sign over there. That's where the highway is. And you got this nice little pond.
That's pretty rad. I don't recall you having as many flies. No, we did. We definitely did. Yeah, right there on that track, as soon as you stop and get out, they come from nowhere, dude. Where are they? What are they doing before you get there? Where are all and how do they know you're there? Like, you'll stop the vehicle, you'll exit, you'll walk around the back to get the chip packet or the nuts or something, and you'll open the tailgate, and then you'll close it, and then there'll just be flies everywhere. It's like, where did you come from all of a sudden? It's so crazy, eh? I never liked the name Coward Springs, but it was fun. Yeah, that was just nice. It was refreshing, and like we cleansed ourselves, and it was nice to get all the dust off. And I don't know, the place was pretty whatever. But flies can smell shit from miles away. This is true. Yeah.
We did pull up over there, and it was a bit soft, so we ended up moving the van just over there. Tell you what, these flies are my best friend.
Chronic, dude.
They love us, so we decided.
I do remember Marty declining any sort of bug spray, and when I say bug spray, I don't mean like flies, like killing flies. I mean like repellent, Aerogard, we call it in Australia. You spray that on you and around you, and like deodorant, you just go all over you, and then theoretically the flies don't come to you. And I remember Marty getting pretty pissed off at the flies, and I said, do you want some Aerogard, man? Because I was spraying it, and he's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, they're not going to stop. Like, and I offered it to him multiple times, and he always declined it. I was like, okay, well, don't get so upset then, man. Like, if you're not going to take any action to repel the bugs, you can't be upset that they're attacking your face. You can, I think his thing was he doesn't want to spray chemicals on himself, which is fair enough, but he never actually said that. He just declined using it. Yeah.
His putter and jump in the back.
Oh, that's pretty rad. They've got a
van.
Got a little bench here.
That's pretty sweet. I don't have that.
Bed's folded down at the moment. Good access to the fridge. Everything we need.
We've escaped from the flies.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. Okay, so I'm jealous. They can sit in the back there like that. I can't do that in mine. Yeah, okay. You can. Yeah, it's just kind of cool to see a different layout. Like, they can sit in there. There's your grand tour. Yeah, totally. That's all we're gonna get. See, I've got to have the awning up, and all of the time is spent outside under the awning, whereas they can sit inside and put the fly screen up. That's. I'm jealous of that.
Party going on. Some vino.
Drinking some wine.
That we picked up from the. Where was it?
River Sands Winery.
River Sands, that's right. Good morning. Morning, Kizza.
Kizza.
You're not going to believe it, but just woke up, jump out of the van. And
shoes gone?
Looks like something has stolen one of my shoes.
What the fuck?
Wasn't you, was it, Kiz? No.
Someone took a shoe?
All right. Let's see if we can find it. I'm borrowing one of your shoes, by the way. This actually looks quite nice. There she is.
It's probably just the wind, right?
What are you doing over there, buddy? Oh no.
Oh wow, it's been
the sports strap.
It was bitten.
Someone's had a bit of a chew on it.
It's been bitten. No shit. Wow. That reminds me, and I haven't done anything about this, but I do want to buy a trail camera. You guys know what a trail cam is? They use them on Alone and shows of the similar nature. And the idea of it is that when you pull up somewhere, I would set the trail cam up to point back at GoVan, and then it activates on motion. So if there's ever any problem, like if anyone comes up to the van or an animal comes up and steals the shoes or whatever, the motion will trigger the cam and it will record it. It's a safety thing as well, you know. It's like if you're in a campsite or you're in a remote area and you're by yourself, if you have a camera hidden in a tree that's pointed back at your van and some shit goes down, you record the whole thing. What animals would do that? Not a fly. Yeah, no, it's a big ass fly that's going to do that. I don't know what would do that. A Marty McFly. I mean, the only thing I could think of would be a dingo. And I'm not being silly because like I always joke about, well, there's a dingo down there or something. But no, the only thing that would come to a campsite like that and they'd smell food and humans typically out there would be wild dingoes. Well, there's no tame ones, but dingoes. And we did see wild cattle, like big ass sternly looking slabs of meat, cows, horn cows as well. Here's a fun fact from old work. The boss saw a floppy disk of mine. It said Hendrix flies. Fuck, I attract flies. Okay.
Not gonna be able to run these anymore. Hugger.
And my point of bringing up the trail cam is if they had one, they would have been able to go back to the tape and seen what animal came to the van and stole your shoe. And that would make good footage, right? I looked into them a little while ago and I just didn't do. You know what? I should just do it. I should just buy one, right? I should just buy one. I'm working a lot more now and, you know, things are good and yeah, maybe I will. Shut up. Why don't you shut up?
Looks like from these footprints that we've had some dogs through the can.
There you go, dingo.
I think. We don't leave anything out, which is great.
I think you should shut up. You should shut up. Why don't you shut up? Why don't you both shut up?
Last night, been over the top of our footprints. Where are we off to today, kid?
One thing that I do, I lock myself into my van at night. It's a simple thing to do. Just press the button and the doors lock from the inside. If anyone ever turns up there and they want to cause trouble, well, if I'm locked in, they can't do anything, right? The dingo ate my baby. I think I hear a dingo taking your baby. That was a Seinfeld. I remember that. Oh, I think I hear a dingo taking your baby.
What you got planned for us?
Cooper Petey.
Cooper Petey. Hell yeah. Breakfast consists of beef burgers and
Dude, are you
coffee.
I mean, I don't want to be the guy that keeps on bringing up their diet, but are you eating a beef burger and bacon for breakfast on a road trip, dude? Calm down. You don't need all that energy. That's just wasted. Well, that's just calories that's going to make fat. You're just going to put on weight, dude. Just have some. Okay. And no preach. I don't do anything like that when I'm traveling. I'm super simple. In fact, I skip meals.
And this one. And chippies. And a hell of a lot of wind.
And chips?
Cheeky mod I did.
Potato
For
crisps.
the lid of the cooker. Chuck some screws in the dash there.
That's a good idea.
Slides down, helps the wind a bit. The chairs also helping out. But while there's wind, there's no flies.
They are quite
we'll
beefy. Let's just say that the food is their A game, right? They do enjoy a good old feast. And traveling isn't going to stop them from feasting. Whereas for me, traveling definitely stops the feasting because it's a secondary. For me, the primary is the place and the live stream and then food. And then drinks, Jack and homebrew. That's just because what you're doing, like sorry to keep stopping it, but what they're doing is they're just creating mess. Like you need breakfast, right? You need energy for the day, but you can acquire it way easier. Now you've got all this egg and crap and you got to clean all that shit. I just want to, I don't know.
Breakfast.
It does look good though, like.
Hey everyone.
Good morning.
We are in Williams Creek. We left our campsite this morning about half an hour ago.
William Creek, dude, this is where I paid the dearest for fuel so far on the trip. I think it was $2.78 or something a litre. It's, by the way, it's now over $3 a litre. Thank you, Trump. But it's, at that point, $2.98 or something. $2.78. And we got like 4 items of food from the William Creek general store, and it was like $35. A jar of peanut butter, a loaf of bread, a small little block of Wheat Bix, like the tiny little pack, and something else. Oh, some tinned beans, not baked beans, but kidney beans. And it was $35. And I was like, Marty, have a look how much this was. How much do you think it was? And he's like, I don't know. It's like $35. I was like, are you kidding me? The Wheat Bix were like $11 or something. Just rid. And they're like, yeah, well, there's nothing else in this. There's nothing else for miles, man, like hundreds of miles. Just no 10-year-old homebrew. That was yuck. That was a dumb decision. And I've made brew since then, and I haven't kept 2 bottles. I've just been drinking them all. There's no point keeping homebrew. That was the stupidest decision I'd ever made. Yeah, and I've been doing it since 2013, and I brought them in and stashed them in the cupboard and all that, and then I went to open them, and no surprise, they were all off. Idiot.
Maybe.
They all got tipped out in Peterborough at that caravan park. That lawn where we parked up, that lawn got an absolute. That got a good solid watering, but it wasn't no water that it's used to. That lawn would have been probably killed that grass, right? That lawn would have been drunk. It got, what was it? 30. Well, I took at least 36 long necks. Sorry, forget that. 68 long necks because there was 2 of each, and I got up to batch number 36. So I took 2 long necks of like 2 7-ounce, 5-ounce bottle from every batch, 2 of them, and I had 36 batches. And we drank maybe, Marty and I, before we realized how lame they were, we probably drank maybe 6 or 7 in total, and the rest got tipped on that lawn. I definitely killed that grass, eh? That lawn got wasted. And they'll be like, those guys from Sydney, they ruined our lawn, man. They got all these, I put all the bottles in the recycle though, so they got all the money from the bottles, because you get money for that in Australia, like 10 cents a bottle or something.
And done a track here.
Hang on, what are they talking about? William Creek.
Good morning.
We are in Williams Creek. We left our campsite this morning about half an hour ago, maybe. We're going to get off the Unundalla track here. We've had enough.
It's been rough.
So how are they going to do that though? Because they're going to Coober Pedy. You have to keep going on it for a little whiles longer. But they're over it. They're definitely jack of it. I feel for you guys.
Our campsite this morning about half an hour ago, maybe. We're going to get off the Unundalla track here. We've had enough.
It's been rough.
Yeah.
It's just super corrugated.
Horrible.
Much of all the same, really. And we just want to get to NT, so we're going to head off here. We're either going to stay somewhere on William Creek Road, which is the road that leads
to the
Stewart Highway, or we'll shoot straight through to Coober Pedy and stay there the night, and then explore Coober Pedy tomorrow.
Right, from what I remember, it's not that close to Coober Pedy. Yeah, they're still got to go. Yeah.
So we found ourselves about 13 k's south of Coober Pedy. Just going to pull up here for the night. Looks like a pretty hot spot for the caravanners and the like.
Wow.
Witness a beautiful sunset. The flies have been pretty annoying. This has been our setup today. We've just been sitting inside the car, We got the bed folded up into the couch at the moment, and then just have like, the laptop there with something playing, a few beers, never go astray. And for dinner, we're going to be running a chicken wrap. And we got a friend eating a baguette, soon to be visiting Australia. Heating up some chicken. Kira's just going to cut some lettuce for us. And on those beautiful bad boys. We've just woken up. Well, not woken up, but...
Gotten out of bed.
Mate, we've just gotten out of bed. Cooper Petey. It is 5 degrees.
Dude, that's that is weird. We experienced that. It's cold at night and in the morning, and in the day it's like a summer's day, like baking hot. But in the morning you're like, holy moly, it's cold out here.
Cold wind. Just gonna make ourselves a coffee and then go check out the town.
It was so windy last night too. It was crazy.
It was.
And these poor guys in a rooftop tent over there, they must have copped it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was like rocking the van. We had it facing the right way, like the wind's coming straight from that way, so it flows straight over us and stuff. And yeah, those guys would have been in a bad place.
If you're coming out to the desert at this time of the year, I definitely recommend gloves.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Our hands are so cold, I can't even do anything with them.
I wanted to get gloves before we left, but
You did not.
Kira wouldn't allow me to have gloves.
Just about to head into Cooper Petey. We stayed at Hutchison's Memorial last night. It's quite a nice campground. Just stops here at this.
That's the
ground.
That's the. Oh no, it's not. I thought that was the drive-in theatre. That Marty went and took a walk down to the drive-in. He went at the drive-in to the drive-in.
Just stopped here at this Opoleus, and it was so cute. The lady in there was so sweet. They had the most beautiful things.
And we scored these little rocks for free for safe travels, which is very sweet of them.
Definitely recommend.
What does Cooper Petey
checking
mean? I don't think it means anything. It's probably just an Aboriginal word. Yeah. It probably means fancy rock or something. Coloured rocks.
Place out.
On our way to check out the underground church. Now, why did they build everything underground, Kira?
It's so hot and cold.
It's so hot, cold.
So hot, cold.
Look at that. Twins?
Look a bit of opal they found when they were digging out the shop.
I haven't noticed the up talk at the end. I know I normally do notice it, but I haven't been noticing it.
For their own digging. Must be easy. That's on.
Just gonna find these opals. Kira with the map again, guys. We're in
Why do
trouble.
you keep giving me the map?
I am super jealous of their relationship though. Like they are such a good couple, and it just makes me sad. Hey, like they're such a good couple. Like just Toothboy would love Cooper Petey. He would, wouldn't he? Yeah. I'm sure Toothboy would, like, he'd talk about it like, and now we know about mines because of Sarah Gordo, but all these mines are looking for a different mineral, one that comes in abundance in this area. We're talking about the opal here. Wow, that's cool.
Big winch. It's not his name. Taking an IGA, get some supplies. We are locked and loaded. full of fresh goodies. We're going to get some fuel now. And then maybe we can go to the pub. Shopping's done. Van's full of fuel. Now, it's time for a beer. We're heading back underground.
Your body won't allow you to do road trips, Hendrik. You can't really move around that much. That's a shame, dude. You were kind of on the edge of that when I was there with you, you know, being hard to move around.
Good morning.
Hey guys.
We are in
Marla Traveller's
Marla.
Rest.
Just this is where Ryan's package got sent to, so came here.
Got a package waiting for him. This is where you basically leave a little further north. You leave South Australia and cross over to the Northern Territory. Also the wild goose in this place.
This morning I picked that up.
Haven't picked up yet. Post office opens at 10.
So we got ourselves a little bit of brekkie while we wait.
Of course you did. Anytime there's a moment for these guys to do something, it's usually food related. So yeah, we pulled up here to check in, but they don't open the reception until 10 a.m. So instead we went and had a massive beef burger. We got to this campsite and the best time to go fishing was after the sunset. So instead we went and got a big schnitty. We had to get a tire fixed in this garage, but the guy was on lunch break. So we went and got a huge steak and sat down and ate it.
And today, so we're going to cross the border over to NT. I think we're about 160 k's away from the border at the moment, so we'll cross that. And then I think there's another hour or so drive after that, and we're just going to stop.
Yeah, imagine them at 50. Yeah, so I'm not going to do the next part of your comment, but look, I was planking on my road trip, so I guess there was some planking's not really cardio fitness, it's just core strength, but you know, and I said this the other day, like it's difficult when you're on a road trip to not fall into the habit of drinking every night, having a few beers every night, having some whiskey. I mean, and why would you not? Because you're you know, for the next 5, 6, 7 weeks, whatever it is, you're doing something completely out of the ordinary. But there are some times when I was like, I kind of want to do some fitness, like I want to go running or walking and aside from hiking and going up to lookouts and going to gorges and stuff, we didn't do any of it, but I wanted to. Alex Allen, hey, yo, Alex, what's cracking? But these guys don't have any fitness. At least I was doing the plank, you know, that was kind of keeping me somewhat healthy, I suppose, or at least in my mind, I was burning calories.
That, and then I think there's another hour or so drive after that, and we're just going to stop at a rest area on the way to Uluru. And then we'll do Uluru the following night. So
now back on the bitumen. I forgot all about it, but we pump the tyres back up so we get some more mileage out of this old girl.
We are into the red dirt already though. It's everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're in business. Came.
What you got there?
Pressure filter. The old girl.
Oh, an air filter.
Right in time for all the red dust.
I wonder how he knew that needed to be done. Okay, and there they are, the Northern Territory. Random pop quiz. How do you know when your air filter needs changing on your vehicle? Dalesky, planking is good for fitness, harder than many think it is, keeps muscles toned. Yeah. Look, I'll be honest, I haven't planked since the end of the project, at the end of last year. It's now 5 months, January, February, March, April, 4 months. I haven't done a plank at all. I reckon I could, and I reckon I should. Yeah. I did it originally. I planked for fitness for surfing, and I'm still surfing, so I think I should sort of maybe just keep planking a bit. I'm not going to document it, but whatevs.
Ooh, we made it all the way to the Northern Territory.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of this week's episode.
As always, thank you so much for your support.
Next week we'll be in Uluru, so don't forget to subscribe so you can see us there.
Uluru skins. There you go, folks. Oh, shit. That's already going to autoplay. I thought I'd turn that off. Hey, that's Kira and Ryan. Ryan and Kira, Filthy Travels. 827 subs. I can't remember how many they had when we started watching their content, but are they still posting? Yeah. Let's see. 3 months ago. So when we get through this, we might catch up to them, right? We'll probably catch up to their most current content, and they don't look like they're posting any other content. That's when I'll try to reach out, because I have seen, I've seen Ryan on a Delika forum or a Delika Facebook group that I'm on. I think he's in both of the ones I'm in, and at some point I'll reach out to them and just say, hey, I don't know, if you guys are out on the road, I'm going to do this road trip. It'd be good to. I think we'd get along really well. I think the two of us, or the two channels or the two content creators, I think that we'd have a good mix of content. Yeah, but that's going to all come in the future. Right now, though, I'm going to have an early night. What time is it? 6 p.m. I'm going to try to be in bed by 8 o'clock. I got to be up at like 4. I got to start at 6. Yeah, I'll be up. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a couple of days, probably. Oh, whatever, maybe. Well, happy Easter Monday. Easter Sunday is today. Easter Saturday for you Yahoos in the States. You get a holiday on Monday. I'm not. I'm working. I'll see you Yahoos when I'm not working, whenever that is. Whoever knows. In the meantime, you look after yourselves. Thanks, folks. Cheers, ears. Don't forget to farkle in the chat. I was going to say, why can't I hear any music? It wasn't started yet. No, it hadn't started yet. Speaking of starting.
Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the site faded,
building up the sway.
Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray.
On you, Bernard. Thank you, Hendrik. See you in the NT. Yeah.
Catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat.
Farkle in that chat. See you later. I was only going to stream for 2 hours today, but I ended up hitting the 3 skins. Lucky it didn't go to 4, because that would be 4 skin. Really funny, man. Don't you act your age, you dickhead.
New Zealand's vibe, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling deeper, cruising for the height.